Welcome inside Remax Field in Edmonton, Alberta. My name is Andrew Peard, and tonight ICU Video brings you Game 2 of this first round WCBL playoff series. Last night in Okotoks, it was the Dogs defeating the Prospects by a final score of 7-2, thanks in large part to a 5-run bottom of the 8th inning, thus giving the Dogs a chance to close out this series here tonight. But it'll be a tall task as the Prospects have won their last 7 games here at Remax Field, in total scoring over 70 runs in that time, as the Prospects look to keep their season alive here tonight at Remax Field. To further get you set for tonight's action, the gentlemen who will have the call, Al Coates and John Belmont.
All right, thank you very much, Andrew. Playoff baseball tonight, the playoff nip in the air, if you like. It's by no means a balmy night here at Remax Field. Fahrenheit right about 60 degrees, an overcast sky. No threat of rain, though, so I don't believe that is going to be an issue. But I'll tell you what, we go back to Sunday afternoon, and a young right-hand pitcher named Zach Harrington came into the ball game, and he got a ground ball out. He faced 20 batters, John, and he surrendered 1 run on 2 hits. And if it wasn't for him, we would not be sitting here talking about it today.
We would not. And Zach was hitting the corners with all his pitches. It never went over the heart of the plate except his last pitch before they pulled him. But he just had a wonderful 6 1/3 inning outing.
6 1/3 innings, as you heard, 1 earned run on 2 hits, 3 strikeouts, 6 ground ball outs, about 7 pop flies, 3 strikeouts, and 2 balls got squared the whole afternoon. Young Zach Harrington from down in Arkansas, a long way from home. But he did a really nice job for the Prospects, and that is why we are here. They had an unbelievable wall to climb, had to win 7 consecutive ball games in 5 days, and because of that, they just did edge out the Fort McMurray Giants for the last playoff spot in the Alberta division of the Western Canada Baseball League. And we'll have the highlights for you of that action on Sunday. 39. And the pitch to him is a base hit to left field between short and third. He jumped on that first pitch. Now, there I say, they played together in Little League, and he probably had an idea he's going to get a first pitch fastball strike. Out of a bases loaded stretch, here's the ball, and it's bounced back up the middle. And they will get it out as the second baseman, Wandler, knocked it down, flipped to Lehman at second. A run will come in to score, and it's a 2-0 ball game. But it will be Lethbridge and Medicine Hat, and any doubt about that. There's a ball that's belted out into left field, and that ball is not caught on the fly by Zach Thomas. 1 run's going to come in to score, and we'll have second and third base, and a ball is belted out into deep left field. Now, the Okotoks Ball Club, who led in that category all season long, there's a ball that's belted up the middle to tie this ball game up. We'll have runners at first and third. McCoy Pierce comes in to score. Spencer Rankin moves to third. Long stride home, and there's another ball belted up the middle. That'll make it a 3-2 lead for the Berks Bombers. As Spencer Rankin comes in to score. And there's a ball that's roped out into right field. There's a diving attempt at it. It's not going to get caught. Nice try by Pierce Blahoyek. Brings in a run, and that makes it a 4-2 ball game. Going to work out of a full windup with men at second and third base. There's a ball that's fair at third base. That'll play 2 runs and tie the ball game up as Vargas charged the ball. I think he thought it was in foul territory. Frankly, so did I. He didn't say stuff either. There's a line drive. Garcia ready to go. Here's the pitch, and the ball is belted out into right field into the power alley. That'll be a run-scoring single for Travis Hunt. Slaps the ball. He didn't slap it. He nailed it. He squared it to the opposite field. There's a pickoff throw and a good one. Travis Hunt is erased at the bag. Line drive hit right to
teacher of bunting.
There's a base hit into left field. Going to try and score the run. Rounding third is Blahoyek. The throw is on the money, but not in time. The catcher, Cates, gets smoked, and the runners will move up, and it's a lead at 2 for the Prospects. As Blahoyek races around 180 feet of base track to score.
Foot that young man.
That should be deep enough. Fly ball to left field. McIntyre is under it, tagging up. And this is Grayson Barrett coming in to score. There's a ball that's hit into right field. That's a good at bat for Bo Gilbo. 1 run comes in to score. 2 runs will come in to score, and a long single as Bo Gilbo pulls the trigger on a 2-strike pitch and belts it out into right field. Gilbo hits a high fly ball out into center field. That's got a pretty good carry. That'll be deep enough. Brock Pantane on the run back makes a running catch. Tagging up and coming in to score is Grayson Barrett, an unearned run. There's a ball that's fair at third base. Vargas didn't have a play on that. That one is scalded. And on his way into second base with a double is Edgar Harrell. Travis Hunt comes in to score. There's a ball that's belted out into deep left field. That ball is
gone.
A goner, a home run for Spencer Rankin. Pitch out over the plate, and he nailed it. Hit it right on the screws.
Zach Harrington is going to be very upset with himself on that pitch. He's been pitching the corners very well, and he got that one right over the heart of the plate.
He's been putting up the zeros since the first inning. That can't be it. The plate umpire wouldn't know that.
No, he's...
Ground ball, left-hand side of the diamond.
Saved.
Here's the throw, and it's not in time. Throw back to third, tag down, and they're going to get him. Second out of the inning.
And there again, Barrett is a pitcher. This ball's tagged.
Hit out into deep left field, and Tanner Roundy, like a wide receiver, hauls that one in over the shoulder. We got to have a second look at that. He just snared a base hit away from the batter. It's a one-run ball. Twirled a two-hitter. Ground ball to Ramirez. On to his left to gather it in. That'll do it.
That's it.
Friday night baseball coming your way at Remax Field against the Okotoks Dawgs in the playoffs. Here in the last of 9, no runs and a hit and a man left. There you have it, game, set, match, a 12-7 victory in the final regular season game of 2019 for the Prospects. And the Brooks Bombers again went into the books. There's a 12-7 victory. The ball game had a whole lot of little things there. You just saw a beautiful catch out in left field by Tanner Roundy. He was right out of real estate. He walks 1 foot further. He's going to have an embedding of his teeth in the outfield wall. Great catch.
Sure was. A lot of concentration on that. And Tanner Roundy, Travis Hunt, and Pierce Blahovic, they all have excellent speed in the outfield.
All right, here's the playoff scores from game number 1 in the Western Canada League last night. Swift Current 57s had a 5-2 victory over the Weyburn Beavers. Lethbridge Bulls nipped the Medicine Hat Mavericks 3-2. The Regina Red Sox defeated the Moose Jaw Miller Express 10-2. 2-2 ball game going into the 8th inning down at Siemens Stadium in Okotoks last night. Got a little bit out of hand. A few balls started falling in for the Dogs and a few more that didn't fall in for the Prospects. I don't think the score was completely indicative of what kind of a ball game it was. All right, let's head back to Andrew Peard and our interviews to get this pre-pack underway.
Joined now by Edmonton Prospects manager Jordan Blundell. And Jordan, I'll get your assessment of last night's game, because when you look at it, I'm not sure that the score is really indicative of the way that ball game actually played out.
Yeah, 2-2 into the 8th inning. We had a couple opportunities we didn't execute. Unfortunately, I'm happy that the guys put themselves in a position to do more damage. We weren't able to do the damage. But we put the other teams back against the wall there yesterday. We just didn't execute. So, looking for more of the same today. Give ourselves an opportunity to do this thing.
You guys had 2 days between games to start the playoffs, which for this team seemingly was necessary. But I wonder,
too much time.
6 games in 3 days. Does that kind of throw off the rhythm, having 2 days between games?
No, I don't think it did. I'm just joking a little bit there with you. Their guy was pretty good on the mound. So we faced one of the better guys in the league, and I thought we did a good job battling. You would have liked to maybe squeak another one there, but we didn't. But we've seen that guy before, and we did a better job of making his day difficult. He made a couple pitches when he needed to, and we missed an opportunity. So we had him on the ropes. We just didn't put him out.
Backs against the wall, something you mentioned. You put Okotoks in last night, didn't execute. Now it's your guys with their backs against the wall. But, I mean, for 7 games your backs were against the wall, and you won all 7 games. Is this a comfortable, familiar territory for this team?
Yeah, we like it when our backs are against the wall. Like the group, it's a great group. It's a group that gets along. They found a rhythm amongst each other, and I'm proud of them for what they've accomplished this year at the end of the year. And the team has come together, and this is their time to play for each other. We've seen that here the last couple of weeks, that they've really played hard for each other. And that's what the end of the year and playoffs are all about, is playing for each other. And they've represented the Edmonton Prospects organization and the city of Edmonton very well this summer.
And someone specifically who has done that is the guy who's going to get the start tonight in Hunter Boyd. And when you think of Hunter Boyd, big game pitcher really comes to mind, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. First class, gamer, you know, a good young gentleman. You know, like all those things that you would want in somebody that you're, you know, given the ball in your last game. You know, the game that you need to win. That's the guy you want is Hunter. He's been reliable, dependable. He's a leader. He's a good dude, and he's kind of funny.
Thanks for this, Jordan.
Thank you.
Enjoy the game tonight.
Thanks.
That was great. Joined now by Okotoks Dawgs manager Mitch Schmidt, and we'll start with last night's game. It seemed early on frustration may have settled in, but your guys really stuck with it and were rewarded there in the 8th inning. Just how do you look at last night's ball game?
Well, look at it. They stuck to plan. We barreled balls up. We barreled balls up. A lot of loud outs. And the thing is Prospects, there's a lot of loud outs. Both teams went out and they played really hard. Kids freaking, hey, you asked them to do one thing, go out and play hard. Great attitude, great effort, both sides. It was a shame that last night that actually one of us had to lose because the effort from both sides was there. But you know, our guys stayed resilient. Your guys, and realistically, that game, it should have been a 3-2 ball game is what it should have been. We got lucky and a couple of our fell down for us, and you guys didn't get them to fall for you. So
we've made a lot about the schedule for the Prospects heading into the playoffs, where they played 6 games in 3 days. But for you guys, I mean, it's been no treat either. 8 games now in 9 days here tonight. At this point in the season, though, is it kind of nice to be in that rhythm the way the guys are going now?
It is. What's happened is you go back and you look at, you know, the history of hockey playoffs, baseball playoffs, football, you know, not really football, but basketball, when they have that day off, they lose that momentum. They lose that grit, that grind that they want to get out and they want to play. So one of the best things that we had was actually having to play the game against Medicine Hat. It didn't give us a day off where the guys were able to sit back and forget about baseball. We're at that point now where, hey, if you give them the chance to forget about baseball, they're probably going to take that little bit of a nosedive. And you know, and you talk about that baseball is a game that you don't want peaks and valleys. You want that straight line. You want to stay on that. And what that did is it kept us on there. It kept you guys on there. So, and it was also good for you guys to have that off day because some of the bodies were able to recoup just that extra day. But you also, that pain sets in a little bit.
Here tonight, a chance for you guys to close out this series because they are best-of-3 series. Does that change the approach now with it being a best-of-3 instead of the best-of-5?
It does change the approach because now, you know, Jordan and the boys over here on your guys' side, their backs against the wall. It's not a 5-game series where, hey, you know what, if we can go ahead and we can bump this one off, we have a chance. So it's either win or go home. That's plain and simple in a best-of-3 series. So that's why for us to win last night was so big. It was either win or our backs against the wall. You know, and right now it sucks for them that backs against the wall, but it's the nature of the sport. It's the nature of the 3-game series.
Thanks for this, Mitch. Best luck tonight.
All right, thank you very much.
Here's the starting lineup tonight for the Okotoks Dawgs, as penciled in by the man you just saw, the field manager, Mitch Schmidt. Leading things off, and he's going to play at third base, one of the best hitters in the Western Canada Baseball League, no doubt about it. He batted .395 in the regular season, Tristan Peters. Batting second in center field, Davis Tadalashchuk. Hitting third, the left fielder tonight, Jacob Milton. Jackson Volk will be the right fielder. He's going to strap him up in the 4-hole. Gavin Logan will do the catching this evening. William Hollis, the DH, bat sixth. Dane Tofflin is the first baseman. He'll bat seventh. Ricardo Sanchez, the shortstop, and Liam Rahello is the starting second baseman.
From
Overcast skies tonight. Temperature around about 60 degrees Fahrenheit. A little bit of wind blowing pretty much right in the hitter's eyes from straightaway center field in the direction of home plate. Here's the way the prospects will bat. Here's the batting order tonight. Pierce Blahoyek. Right field leads it off. Javier Ramirez, the shortstop. Travis Hunt will play in center field tonight. Bo Gilbo, the DH, batting in the cleanup spot. Jake Geary will do the cashing. Tyler Maskill at second base hit sixth. Jake McDonald is back in the lineup tonight, playing in left field. Grayson Barrett, the first baseman. Zach Thomas is the starting second baseman. There you go. To look at the ace of the pitching staff on the 2019 Edmonton Prospects Ball Club, Hunter Boyd.
Hunter's had an excellent season, and we're going to see him use that great breaking ball of his. He likes to start it off on batters, his number one pitch. Got a good slider, good two-seam fastball. Dip's good for him. His slider breaks out right at the last minute. And the biggest thing about him, he works very fast and works the corners.
In the regular season, he had 10 starts, 3 complete games. Sucked up a lot of innings, 74 innings pitched for Hunter Boyd. 81 hits, 28 runs, 20 earned runs. Walked 14, he struck out 51, a 5-2 record, a 2.43 earned run average. In the Western Canada Baseball League, hit 280 here off Hunter Boyd. Well, game getting underway at 7:09 Mountain Time. Here at beautiful Remax Field in Edmonton. Plate umpire tonight is Brandon Strachey. Matt Beaudry at first, Darren DeCander at second, and Jim Crawford works at third base. Wind up here by Hunter Boyd, and there he shows the curveball, a swing and a miss, 0-1. Tristan Peters had a zenith. Was hitting about 465 about halfway through the year. Now, nobody's going to keep that kind of clip up, but he ended up with a 395 batting average on the season. Fastball misses high, 1 ball and 1 strike from Hunter Boyd. 6'1", 230-pounder out of Moses Lake, Washington. Throws that overhand curveball, the big drop. They call that the hammer. And the count of 1 ball and 2 strikes. 7-2 victory for the Dogs last night. In front of right about 3,500 fans at Siemens Stadium. Be a good crowd on that here tonight. There's a ball that tailed away from the left-handed batter. He just flat out chased it for the strikeout. Look at this. There it goes.
Real nice pitch.
Davis Tadashchuk will be the batter. I mean, the first 6 batters in the lineup, all plus 300 hitters. You got to throw strikes. You can't walk one to get to the next one. Tadashchuk hit 347 in the regular season. Fully back on the middle infield, about midway at first and third. The outfield is straight away. And the pitch is a spinner, and it's in there for a strike. Off-speed breaking pitch, a swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. He's got that breaking ball dancing.
He sure does, and again, he's right on the corners with it.
Boyd draws the beat on the target, winds, delivers, and the ball is belted into left field for a single. Might have just gone to the well once too often on that curveball.
I think we see it on the replay. He hangs this a little bit. Gets it out over the middle of the plate. Good at bat.
Jacob Milton is going to be the batter up. He batted .500 in the playoff game last night. 2 hits and 4 tries, 1 out and 1 on. Milton batting .317 on the season. And here's the way the standings finished out in the Western Canada League. Regina Red Sox ended up with the best record in the league at 41-15. And they really got hot at the right time. They won 9 consecutive ball games to wrap the season up. Swift Current 57s, 38-18, 3 games back. All right, the infield now to double play depth, and that pitch is down and in. Runner takes the chance. Here's the throw to second. Ramirez has to leap in the air to catch that ball. And Tadashchuk is in scoring position. And that is a wild pitch. Leyburn Beavers at 33-22, 7.5 games back, but they finished strong. They won their final 5 ball games. The Moose Jaw Miller Express reached the playoffs with a 26-30 record. Not going the way they wanted to, though. They were on the heels of a 6-game skid when the final regular season game was played on Monday or Tuesday. And here's the 2-0 delivery. High and outside, ball 3. Millville Millionaires 17-39. Yorkton Cardinals 6-50. And those are 2 areas that I'm sure the league is concerned about. You want the competitiveness in your league. And they've just ran out of players at the end. I'll give Yorkton all the credit in the world for showing up and trying. Tossed ball high and outside, ball 4. And Jackson Volkel, the batter, the right fielder. So the Dogs at 40-15 win it by 9.5 games over the Lethbridge Bulls at 31-25. Edison Hat 10.5 back at 30-26. And the Prospects better than 500, 29 wins, 27 losses, and qualified for postseason play. Boyd delivers. The pitch is right down the middle, but low ball 1. Fort McMurray, a pretty good club. They were 500 on the year, 28 wins, 28 losses, but didn't qualify for the playoffs. And the Brooks Bombers at 16-40. That's the best record they've had since they joined the league, but still that's a long way off a 500 record. Here's a pickoff throw. Ramirez trips over the bag, coming back to retrieve the ball.
Like most of Hunter Boyd's pickoff moves, he gets the ball real low on the bag. If Javier Ramirez had not slipped on that, he probably had a chance for a pickoff.
Jackson Volk, the batter, as you see, he's a big left-handed batsman, 2 for 5 last night. And he takes upstairs, ball 2.
Now, this is not what we usually see from Hunter Boyd, throwing a lot of balls. He very seldom walks anybody.
Then at first and second base with 1 away. And our ball game just underway. Here's the pitch. The ball belted out into right field. That should be a catchable ball. Drifting back, leaping in the air is Pierce Blahoyek. That one got to him a little quicker than what he thought. But it's a long fly ball out, but men at first and third.
Pierce misjudges this a little bit. Came in on the ball and then had to get back out. Very quick.
Gavin Logan is the batter. Batting 1 for 4 in that 7-2 Dogs victory last night. First and third base with 2 away. A .368 hitter, Gavin Logan. 2 away, they can play the middle infield fully back. Maskill about midway at third. Here in Edmonton, the ballpark, one of the biggest, let alone Summer League wood bat baseball, one of the biggest ballparks likely in Canada. 420 straightaway center field. 340 to left, 320 up the line and right. Well, you might be wondering, did they build the confines of the outfield so big? Well, they had the land, so you might as well use it.
Yeah, and it's a very good dimensions. What it was built for was for AAA. But a great outfielder's ballpark.
That should do it. Here's Ramirez with the flip on to Maskill, or on to Thomas, a 6-4 putout. And that'll do it as Hunter Boyd throws another breaking pitch. He gets a weak ground ball to retire the side. Here in the top half of the first inning on ICU video. The left-hander going tonight for the Okotoks Dawgs, number 12, Justin Hammergren. He's a senior out of Lewis and Clark State College. Lives in Tucson, Arizona. And Hammergren gets the start tonight. Regular season, he had 8 starts, 1 complete game, 46 2/3 innings, 48 hits, 19 runs, 14 earned runs. Walked 17, he struck out 43. Logged a record of 4 wins, 4 losses, no saves, 2.70 earned run average. Hammergren, the starting pitcher tonight for the Dogs. Here's Blahoyuk, will be the leadoff batter. Hammergren into his windup, works right off the third base side of the pitching slab. The pitch is swung on and it's popped up in foul territory. Down the left field line and it's out of play. It was a changeup. He got his man out in front of it. Strike one.
Inside of the plate, and slow the speed down. Batter like Pierce, he's going to pull it.
Gavin Logan behind the plate on the corners. Toftland at first base. Peters at third. Sanchez the shortstop. And Liam Rahela is the second baseman. There's a bunt, not a real textbook one. Looped back towards the mound. Hammergren makes an easy fielding play, and there's one away. Got the barrel out on that one a little too much.
He did. Pop through it on the bottom half of the ball, get the pop up.
Javier Ramirez will be the batter. Hitting .287 on the year. His bat really started to come around in the latter part of the year. It seemed like just as his bat was coming around, so was his glove. He's just a really good, slick little fielding shortstop. And the pitch is high. 1 ball, no strike to Ramirez. We'll be back on the middle infield. About halfway on the corners. The outfield is straight away. If the wind stays down, it's just not too bad a night. I understand it was a smoking hot night in Okotoks last night. Good crowd on hand, about 3,500. For good reason. This is a good Okotoks team. You don't go wire to wire to win the division if you aren't. And that ball has popped up off the head of the bat into short right field. Coming on back and not making a play is Toftland, the first baseman. They had that ball surrounded, but it somehow found a way to fall in.
Well, now somebody has to call this, and nobody did call it.
That's a double.
It ends up being a double.
That's a little something the prospects just didn't get last night. Just didn't really get a break. So Javier Ramirez has got himself a double. Granted, a pop-up double, but it'll look like a line drive in the box score tomorrow.
It sure will.
Travis Hunt is the batter. He did a good job of pitching to Hunt last night. He was a collective 0 for 3, and he didn't have many of those during the regular season. Finished out the year with a .347 batting average. This kid is pretty much a 5-tool ball player. Hammergren with an off-speed pitch. It's outside. 1 ball, no strikes. This man can hit for average. He can hit for power. He can run. He can field. He can throw. And I'm no scout, but that's over 28, 29 games of watching him. Now, as far as the hitting for average and hitting for power, as you go up the ladder into professional baseball, that's where it gets more difficult. But running, fielding, and throwing, if you're good at that in the Western Canada League, is no difference than being in the big leagues.
It really isn't. And the one thing that Travis Hunt is showing, of course, outstanding speed in the outfield, excellent arm, excellent routes to the ball.
And Hammergren, the left-hander, delivers. Check swing, and the pitch is down and away. Go to 2 balls and 1 strike.
One thing that Travis Hunt has improved on during the year is controlling his swing. He has a good eye on the ball. He takes a lot more walks than he did early in the year. His on-base percentage is pretty good.
Down and away, ball 3. Gavin Logan completes the battery for the Dogs. Peters at third, Toftland at first base, Sanchez at short, Rahela at second. Melton, Tadadaschuk, and Volk, the outfield from left through right. Dogs here tonight with their road gray pants and their bright crimson jersey top with a little bit of white trim. Ball's popped up on the infield inside of first base. And Toftland is there to make the catch. 2 away.
Bo Gilbo,
the batter.
Travis Hunt will not be happy with himself on that swing.
He had a bit of a hitch and a loop in it.
He did, and got under the ball because of it.
Here's the switch hitter, Bo Gilbo. Batting .225 in the regular season. 1 for 3 last night. And Gilbo takes a fastball right down the pump, strike 1. The playoff games tonight. John, the Red Sox will try to finish off the Miller Express. They walloped them last night 10-2. Lethbridge and Medicine Hat, I believe that game will be played in Lethbridge tonight. There's a line drive up the middle. That should plate the run. Rounding third is Ramirez. Here's the throw. It is on target, but not in time. And the Prospects get the first run of the ball game on a line drive base hit by Bo Gilbo, and he got a hung close on that line. He nailed it.
He sure did. Wonderful hit. And Javier Ramirez, who also has good speed on this team, he was flying.
Jake Geary will be the batter. So we have current 57s in the Weyburn Beavers tonight. And of course, it's the Dogs and the Prospects here at Remax Field. Jake Geary, the batter.
One thing we've seen from the Prospects later in the year, their compete level has really shown with 2 out. They scored a lot of runs with 2 out. And they do so again here.
Hammergren down and away with a pitch, 1 ball and no strikes. Justin Hammergren. Out of Lewis and Clark. That's down in Idaho, I do believe.
I believe it is.
From Tucson, Arizona. There, Jake Geary just missed the pitch. Just fouled it straight back to the padding under the backstop. 1 ball, 1 strike. Prospects are successful tonight. That would mean they'll get right back on the burner in the morning. It'll be playoff baseball tomorrow night at Siemens Stadium. High and outside to Jake Geary. He's pretty much been the Prospects' everyday catcher. He's a good catch and throw guy.
Blocks very well.
Appeared in 51 of the 56 ball games in the regular season. 4 home runs, 35 runs batted in. There he hits the ball where it's pitched, and it's a lazy pop fly into short center field. That should do it. Drifting on in is Tadeusz to make the catch. But the Prospects put a run on the board on a 1-out double by Javier Ramirez, and Bo Gilbo with a line single to center field. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors. 1 man left aboard. It's playoffs baseball on ICU video. Hunter Boyd, who had a tremendous season this year in the Edmonton colors. Sucked up better than 70 innings. He's what you call a thumber. He throws a lot of curveballs. I'll tell you, the independent pro leagues are full of thumbers. I still think he could extend his career if he's so interested.
It could do.
William Hollis, the batter. The 6th plus 300 batter in the front end of the Okotoks lineup tonight. 313 batter. Dane Tofflin, the first baseman. And the shortstop Sanchez are due up in the inning.
Hunter starts him off with that big breaking ball again.
Fully back on the middle infield. A little back of midway at first and third. The outfield is straight away. Fastball misses high. We're at a ball and a strike. 1-0 the Prospects lead here in the 2nd inning. The batter takes a full rip at it, and he fouls it off his front foot. 1-2. The wind up by Boyd, and the pitch low and outside.
Just missed.
Read that body language. I think he thought he might have had a strikeout.
I think he did. That was a good pitch.
And the 2-2 delivery. Down and away. He's working a little more slow and deliberate than he normally does. Now, it's a big ball game, and he's facing 6+ 300 hitters in a row. And that's inside for ball 4.
That's certainly not what he wanted to do. He had him 0-2 and then lost him.
The athletic pro coach, the first baseman, number 23.
What you really want to do, too, is try not to outthink yourself. The less you have to think, the better.
There's that, and with that, goes right along with that, is you get into a pitching rhythm. When you're really on, that rhythm is there. The rhythm is not there with Hunter Boyd right now. I suspect he will get it back, though.
One thing he does have, we've seen it all year, he does have as good a pickoff move, a right-handed pickoff move, as I've seen in the Western Canada League. He's quick with his back foot, and his throw is always accurate. Ball 1. High and in ball 2. The prospects went 4 pitchers deep in the ball game last night. Scott Gillespie pitched 1 inning. Didn't allow any runs. He scattered 2 hits. David Wiley worked an inning, 2 hits and 2 runs. Matt Erickson sucked a lot of innings up. He pitched 5 out of the middle. He allowed 3 hits, 4 runs, and 2 of them were earned runs. The batter went around. He tried to check his swing. The count will go to 2-1. Harrington worked an inning as well. I have 2 1/3 innings, 7 hits, but only 1 run.
There's that pickoff move again. Now, Hunter Boyd is so effective with this. If you watch the base runner, he doesn't get a foot on the carpet at all. He stays fairly tight to the bag. And that's what that pickoff move will do for you.
Tofflin, the batter, up there. 3 trips to the plate last night. 2 hits and 2 runs scored, a home run and a run batted in. Fastball upstairs. 3 ball, 2 strike count. Man at first and nobody out. Here in the second. There's the pitch. Breaking ball gets his man. That's a strikeout for Hunter Boyd. Second on the night. He had to work to get that K, I'll tell you. There he just blows a fastball by the hitter.
You know, in their situation, he's throwing more balls than he normally does. He got, again, a 3-2 situation. Came back and got him. And it's got to help your confidence.
Okotoks Dawgs are hitting collectively as a team .306, and that is not easy to do. If you can get a team that's hitting .300 or better, that's quite an accomplishment. I think we had it twice in all our years of AAA. 1 year with the A's, and we had 1 year with the Expos.
You know, it amazes me that you look at baseball today, as they say, it's a long ball league and a long ball game and a pitching game. And when you see teams that have 300 batting average, that means they're playing a lot of small ball.
Carlos Sanchez is the batter. He's in there for his glove. He's on the year batting 143. There he lunges at a pitch and he fouls it away. I would think we're in the neighborhood of about 2,500, maybe a little more tonight. Every seat in the 30 luxury boxes are all sold out. They were gone by about noon yesterday. Slow ground ball off onto the right-handed side. This is Thomas on a Ramirez off the bag and a flip to first, 4-6-3 in the ground ball double play.
Nice play by Grayson Barrett here. Watch the flip. Ramirez, now watch this stretch. That is a real nice job.
Go to the bottom of 2 and a 1-0 Prospect lead on ICU video. That is Justin Hammergren, the left-hander, who coughed up a run on a pair of hits in the first inning. Tyler Maskill hitting .264 on the regular campaign will lead things off. Here's the pitch to him. And that's a fastball upstairs, ball 1. Late swing on the fastball. It's popped up. Doesn't appear like there's going to be a play. It'll be up in the area of the dugout roof. And the count is even at a ball and a strike. Maskill 1 for 4 last night.
Maskill is another one of these speedy prospect players.
Fastball in on his fist. He rolls the wrists and pops it up foul and into the seating area.
An excellent catch by a fan.
And the 1-2 delivery. There he turned the ball over and he finds the strike zone right in the knee. And ball is right in the rectangle.
And Tyler Maskill knew it right off the bat. He just turns and walks away. That was a very good pitch.
Jake McDonald, the batter up. Did not appear last night in the ball game down in Okotoks. Did some catching this year for the ball club. They've got him pressed into service in left field tonight. And he'll take high, 1 ball and no strikes. Hard ground ball down to third base. Peters is there to make the snag. The throw a little high, and the big target comes down on the base in time. That's Toffland. 5-3 on the putout.
Watch the replay here. This is very close, whether he gets his foot on the bag or not. He's up. Yes, he did. And that was just a split second. Excellent call by the umpire.
That'll make Grayson Barrett the batter. Barrett came to the ball club as a pitcher, didn't get a whole lot of work. He appeared in 2 ball games, an inning and 2/3. 3 hits, 3 runs, and they're all earned runs. He's found a home over there at first base. He's forgot he must have maybe played that position some other years in some other places, because playing first base is not quite as easy as it looks.
According to Jordan Blundell, he's played a fair amount of it, and he sure does it well.
There he waves at a breaking ball here from the Okotoks left-hander, Justin Hammergren. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He gets that breaking ball over, he can be a real nightmare on left-handed batters.
Oh, absolutely.
Wind up here by Hammergren. The breaking pitch is down and away. They appeal on the swing, no swing. According to third base umpire Jim Crawford. 8 starts in the regular season for Hammergren. 1 complete game, 46 2/3 innings, 48 hits, 19 run, 14 earned, 17 base on balls issued against 43 strikeouts, and a .270 earned run average.
Grayson Barrett is having a good at bat here. Every strike that's coming in, he's fouling it off. Work the count to a full count. Got him.
Beautiful breaking ball. Swung on and missed. 2 strikeouts in the inning here for Hammergren. Zeros over the line totals. 1-0 Prospects after 2 as we go to Andrew Peard.
Thank you very much, Al. Just some notes from last night's ball game for the Edmonton Prospects. 10 strikeouts in the game. That was obviously something that hampered them throughout the course of the season. Between Nolan Walker, Travis Hunt, and Pierce Blahoviak, they struck out a total of 149 times during the season. That is 3 of the top strikeout offenders in the top 9 of the WCBL. Prospects looking to clean that up here tonight. A player they don't have in their lineup tonight is Edgar Harrell, thrown out of the game last night in the second inning after his first at-bat, suspended for tonight's game. And that's the second time in as many as 2 weeks for Edgar Harrell being thrown out of a ball game. So he is unavailable for the Prospects here tonight. Overall, from the regular season, Travis Hunt, he has the most hits from an Edmonton Prospect since the 2016 season. 68 hits for Travis Hunt this year. The last highest total was Corey Scammell back in 2016. He had 76 hits in that season. One-time member of the Seattle Mariners organization. Guys, back up to you.
All right, we move on to the 3rd inning. The 9 batter in the order, the Liam Rahela. Coming into the playoffs, batted .289 for the Okotoks Dawgs.
Hunter Boyd is throwing 13 pitches to this point and 16 for strikes. Usually in a game, he'd probably be at this level in around 20 and about 15 for strikes. So,
well, he's facing a little bit better hitting order.
Yeah, he's facing a much better batting order, but he's also doesn't have the control in the corners like he has. He's a little off on his pitches.
Liam Rahela hitting .289. And then you get to the top end of that order, and it is a nightmare. 6 300-plus hitters back to back to back. To back to back to back. 6 of them. The high fly ball raised out into deep right center field, drifting on back. This is Travis Hunt. Makes a nice running catch, run a great route to that ball, and there's one away.
He does this very well. Very long legs, doesn't look like he's moving. He always seems to get where he has to be.
And the .395 bat of Tristan Peters. Hunter Boyd threw him about 5 consecutive breaking balls, all hammers, all good curve balls to get him the first time out. Now, good hitters like this very seldom get fooled on the same pitch in the same location, one at bat after the next one. You got to change things up. And there's a breaking ball to the outside corner. Strike 1.
Now, Peters from Winkler, Manitoba.
Hard hit ground ball. Sinking line drive to Ramirez. Puts leather on it, and the throw is in time, 2 away.
Again with Peters from Winkler, Manitoba. He plays at Gilbert Chandler Community College down in the Valley of the Sun. I can imagine us being there in the winter instead of up in Manitoba would be a blessing.
I do believe I've been through Winkler when we were in the Northern League. We'd play the Winnipeg Gold Eyes and get on the bus and head down to Fargo. Now, I could be wrong, but if that's the one I think it is. Nice little farm town. And the pitch is a fastball, high ball 1. 1 ball, no strike on Davis Tadashchuk, the center fielder. Infield is back and fanned apart. The outfield is straight away. Hunter Boyd into his windup. There's a bunt, and a pretty good one, too. Askill charges this ball. He gloves it. He throws it. And it's up the line and not in time. That's a bunt single.
This is a real nice bunt. And good speed down the line.
Duck is aboard. He saw that Maskell was playing back and decides to drop down the bunt. Tying run is aboard here in the top of 3. Jacob Melton is the batter up. Lockton got picked up on the front end of a ground ball double play his first time through. There's a ball is fair, just fair, down the right field line. That might plate the run. Here's Chuck. He's rounding third. He gets a red light. He'll go no further. That'll put men at second and third base on a ball that was scalded up the right-handed side. Nailed it.
Now, there's a very good hit. It's right down the line, but Pierce Blahovic makes a real nice play here. Off the wall, gets it into the cutoff man immediately. They hold up the runner. If they get this next batter, this will have saved a run.
Jackson Volk is the batter. Got fooled out of pitches opening time through. He had to pop up to right field. And at second and third, Boyd won't come from the set position. He'll rock out of the full windup. He's more comfortable that way. Fastball down and away, ball 1. Ready to go. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Foul back.
Good fastball. Now Hunter's two-seam fastball just moves at the end as it gets in by the plate. He's also got a good slider.
Ball 2. Jake Geary had to abandon the crouch and body block that pitch in the dirt.
Did a good job blocking it.
Well, the Blue Jays are in action tonight as they host the New York Yankees. Bo Bichette with base hits in 10 games. That's a record for a rookie. High hopper off to the right-handed side. 4-3 the putout, and that'll do it. Watching the game the other night, and his dad knew him well, played here for a couple of years. Outstanding right fielder, Dante Bichette. And he's got to be sure happy with the way his young man is playing ball right now for the Blue Jays. No runs and a pair of hits. 2 men left to board as we move to the home half of the third inning on ICU video. There you see the overcast skies at the North Saskatchewan River Valley tonight. About 60 degrees Fahrenheit at game time. At the present time, there is no wind blowing. And leading it off, it's the second baseman, Zach Thomas. Strike 1 to the batter.
Well, Zach Thomas is a pretty good utility player. He's playing second base today. He's played left field. He has played also a little bit of third base. Because of Edgar Harrell being suspended, he has to play at second. And Maskell, who normally plays at second, plays at third.
Suspended for arguing a ball strike call?
I think that's what it was. And it's his second time, so he's out for this game.
Hammergren delivers. This ball is airmailed out into deep left field, but it dies in the night air. That's a catchable ball for Jacob Melton. That one left the bat with a little something on it, but the ball not carrying tonight.
No, it's interesting when the humidity's up in this field, that air just catches and drops.
Medicine Hat leads the Lethbridge Bulls 1-0. They're in the top of the third inning. Lethbridge won their ball game last night 3-2. Weyburn and Swift Current are tied 1 apiece. In the top of the third inning, the Seas, the Swift Current 57s, with a 5-2 win last night. No score reporting from Moose Jaw tonight. The Miller Express were walloped by the Regina Red Sox 10-2. 3 rounds of 3, the new playoff format in the Western Canada League. The previous to that had 3 rounds of 5. But when they increased the regular season from 48 to 56 games, the saw-off was in the playoffs.
And they have to do it that way because they have to get back to their schools. These young men start school in about 2 weeks.
Up in the big leagues tonight, the Athletics and the White Sox, the Astros and the Orioles, Yankees and the Blue Jays. Jay Happ 9-6 pitching tonight for the Yankees, who have starting to run away with things in the American League East. There's strike 3 called, a fastball in at the knee.
You'll see this on the replay. Really a nice pitch. Just caught the corner.
And Javier Ramirez will be the batter. The Braves and the Marlins tonight. Angels and the Red Sox. The Cubs and the Cincinnati Reds. Orioles and the Tigers. Nationals and the Mets. Strasburg at 14-5. Great year going. Pitching tonight for the Washington Nationals. Rangers and the Brewers. The Indians and the Twins. Pirates and the Cardinals. And here it's an 0-1 count. Fastball, swing and a miss. Rays and the Mariners. Diamondbacks and the Dodgers tonight. Buehler at 10-2 pitching for the Los Angeles Dodgers this evening. Rockies and the Padres. Cal Quantrill, a record of 4 wins, 3 losses. One of a number of good young Canadian pitchers in the major leagues. He's a fairly high pick, and of course his dad, Paul Quantrill, pitched about a decade in the major leagues. And it's the Phillies and the Giants in Major League Baseball tonight. 1-0, Prospects lead, 2 out, bases empty. Here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. And the pitch is down and away.
Now Justin Hammergren started Pierce Blahovic out with a good breaking ball. He did the same here to Javier Ramirez, and he's mixing his pitches up very well.
Bottom fell right out of that breaking ball. He's got about 3 different speeds on that hook.
He does.
Look at this thing.
Real nice pitch.
Strikeout number 4 for Hammergren tonight. So the Prospects with nothing across, and they're through 3 in the playoffs. Prospects lead 1-0 on ICU video. There you see some of the theater seats, and below that the luxury box seats. They're all sold out tonight here for this playoff game. Gavin Logan, the catcher, will lead it off, a ball player out of Oyen, Alberta. A freshman at Lynn Benton Community College. Works from a big crouch. He's a left-handed batsman up there. He swings late on the fastball. Fouls it away, strike 1. .368 batting average from the regular season. Hunter Boyd comes out with some gas. It's foul back, strike 2. Logan appeared in 30 ball games, 87 at bats during the regular season. And the pitch to him, just missed inside.
Had a little bit of heat on that fastball.
Tell you what, this guy knows how to get on base. He had a .461 on base percentage. That's excellent. And the 1-2 pitch to him. Fouled it back.
Usually when you see these batters that have the high on base percentage, they do get a lot of walks, or they'll get hit by pitches. They do everything they can to get on base.
Curveball swing and a miss. And that's a beautiful deuce thrown right there by Hunter Boyd.
Here we'll see it on the replay. Watch it drop off the table. Just a real nice pitch.
William Hollis will be the batter. .468 on base percentage for a 5-hole hitter. That's unheard of. High end of the batting order, I can see it. Hollis hitting .313 in the regular season. Hunter Boyd with that big overhand deuce, and it's a swing and a miss, 0-1. Hard ground ball back up the middle, goes off the glove of Zach Thomas into center field. A 1-out single here for William Hollis. He was looking for that pitch in that location. Shortened up his swing, squares it really nice for the base hit.
Very compact swing, exactly what he had to do.
Dane Tofflin, the first baseman, is the batter up. Grand Prairie, Alberta ball player, 6'2", 190 pounds. A senior at Indiana State University. And the pitch to Tofflin, the big right-handed batter. And that's a strike at the knee. Ramirez and Thomas going to shorten up a little bit at a double play depth. Ball's in on the hands. It's a lazy pop fly into shallow center field. Travis Hunt has got this one on radar, 2 away.
This is a real good pitch. Pops it off, gets him to the pop up.
Didn't let him get the barrel of the bat on the ball.
Exactly right.
And the batter is Ricardo Sanchez. Threw another one in on the fifth, and again, that's a little lazy pop up. And here to grab that is Javier Ramirez. You know what? Hunter Boyd has gone through that Death Valley front end of that order twice now, and he's come away with it unscathed.
He's done very, very well.
No runs and 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left to board. It's the playoffs on ICU video. Travis Hunt will be the leadoff batter here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Takes a rip at the pitch. He's going to hit it foul down the right rail, and that ball is out of play. Strike 1 to Hunt. He was looking for something off speed, and he couldn't catch up to the high and away gas. Hammergan delivers. The pitch is inside, and the count is even up now at 1-1. There, if you look back and just over to the left, the gentleman standing by the door is the owner of the Edmonton Prospects Baseball Club, Patrick Cassidy. He's worked hard to bring this game back into Edmonton, to build up the brand, the Prospect brand. Just a few short years ago when he moved into this park, there were more people on the field than there were in the seats, and that's not a good combination.
No, and there are lots of times, I know I'd drive by in those days and you didn't even know there was a game on. The last few years, it's been drawing really well.
3 balls and a strike to Hunt. Bo Gilbo and Jake Geary, 3, 4, and 5 hitters in the prospect order. And that's on outside, ball 4. That was the first walk of the night issued by the young left-hander, Destin Hammergren.
And this is not a man that you want to walk and have on base. He's got excellent speed. And as you've talked about many times, Al, the importance of not walking the first batter in an inning.
Double play depth here in the Dawgs infield. We're in the bottom half of the 4th inning. There's a look home and a toss on to first. Travis Hunt with 1 foot on the cutout, 1 foot on the carpet. Here's the pitch to him, and it's in there at the knee for a strike. On Bo Gilbo, the switch hitter. Batting right-handed. He's knocked in the game's lone run with a line single to center field. Strike 1 to Bo Gilbo. Quite a success story to the Okotoks Dawgs. There's a pickoff play. They're going to get him dead on arrival at second base. 1 to 3 to 4. Good move by that left-handed pitcher. Vapor locked his runner. Threw a strike to the bag. There you see Rahela coming over, taking the throw.
I guess we don't have it from the back camera, but from there I think you see It looked like Hunt was going, and he just made the perfect play.
Swing and a miss, strike two. A number of years ago, they were called the Calgary Dogs. They played out of Foothills Ballpark as we.
Yeah, he's going, and it was the perfect play.
1-3-4. They moved to Okotoks, the Seaman brothers, well-known, successful men in the oil and gas business, and they went and built that beautiful park. And as they said in that movie, if you build it, they will come. Well, they've been coming for years. They got a nice following of ball fans from Calgary. Let's say they had about 3,500 there last night. Real success story. Good to see.
It really is good to see. I'd like to see more of it in the province.
Strike three called, and Bo Gilbo is set down. Strikeout number 5 for this Tucson left-hander.
And again,
he's been mixing it up real nice. Curveballs, fastballs, spotting his pitches.
Exactly. And the second time we've seen a called strike, Tyler Maskell went out, and same with Bo Gilbo. They knew it was a strike. They just were expecting something else. And nice mix of pitches. Excellent strikeout.
Jay Geary is the batter up. There's a base hit to left field. Jumped on the first pitch. That maybe might not be a bad strategy. You're going to start seeing those benders after that.
I think so.
Tyler Maskell will be the hitter.
Maskell got fooled on a called third strike in the second inning, and he's going to try to atone for that right now.
Breaking ball is in there at the knee. Went into the books as a 7-2 Okotoks win last night. That was really not indicative of the type of ball game it was. It was a 2-2 ball game going into the 8th inning. And things just kind of went askew for the prospects. 1 ball and 1 strike. One walk issued tonight by Hammergren, and then he erased his base runner with a nice pickoff move. What you got to do if you're the lefty, kick that leg, the right leg up about as long as you can. For years, the left-handed move to first base was considered a borderline balk, and they did tighten up the balk rules, but there wasn't any balk there. He did it all legally.
He sure did.
And here's the 1-2 pitch. Fouled away. The thought process used to be if you're the left-hander and you come set, and if any part of your motion you drift your shoulder over the plane of the pitching rubber and then throw to first, it was kind of a block, but you have to come forward a little bit.
You have to some. Years and years ago, it used to be your foot.
Two balls and 2 strikes.
Hammergren is really mixing his pitches up well. And now this pitch has just been called from the dugout.
One of the really outstanding catchers of all time, as we all know, is Johnny Bench. Sparky Anderson or Alex Graham has called pitches all. He didn't want to do it. I'll catch the ball and I'll throw the ball. You decide what you want the pitcher to throw.
If you look at or go to games in Division I in the United States today, you'll probably see anywhere between 95 and 100% called from the dugout. It's changed dramatically.
And here comes the 2-2 pitch. That ball is climbed on and spanked up the middle. That's a line single, and that's a really good at bat from Maskill. He's up against a tough lefty, a veteran. Kept his weight back and rolled the wrists, and there you go, base hit up the middle.
Real nice job by Tyler Maskill after being struck out on a called third strike in the second inning. Come back and have a real good at bat.
And here's the pitch to McDonald. He swings at it, he fouls it back. Swift Current at Weyburn. Swift Current now leading 3-2 in the top of the fourth inning. Lethbridge at Medicine Hat. And Medicine Hat leads 1-0 in the bottom half of the fourth inning. No score reported as of yet. Regina Red Sox and the Moose Jaw Miller Express. Red Sox headed up the season with the best regular season record. One more victory than the Okotoks Dawgs. Count is even at a ball and a strike.
Jake McDonald's got some power. Very capable of getting the ball into the gap with a little bit of juice on it.
And here's the 1-1 pitch. Big curveball, swing and a miss. Bottom fell right out of that hook. 5 strikeouts tonight for Hammergren. 1 base on ball.
You know, we're seeing from both these pitchers, Al, get guys on base, they just battle. They come back and make the pitches they have to.
There's a double steal attempt. Here's the throw on to third base. Darn near threw it into left field. And the double steal is successful. Everybody moves up 90 feet. That ball just kind of sailed on.
It did, and the prospects have been doing this all year. Oh, they call it out?
Well, let's have a look at that on the replay screen.
I want to see this.
All right, there go the runners. You see the throw is high.
He's safe. Where is the out?
You got me. We'll have to figure that out. But let's head down now to Andrew Peard.
It might have been a called third strike.
Thank you very much, guys. Here with prospects manager Jordan Blundell. And Jordan, early on, looks like it's a pitcher's duel out there right now. How you like the way Hunter's been going so far?
Yeah, he's done a good job. You know, some of his misses look like they're there, but, you know, probably they're just off. So, you know, he's commanding it pretty good tonight. We'll keep it rolling.
Guys barreling up a little bit there that last inning. Looking for more of that, I assume, as the game goes on.
Yeah, we need a big hit. In these type of games, you need to get a big hit at the right time. So that's what we're going to try and do.
Thanks for this, Jordan. Best luck rest of the way. Guys, back up to you.
All right, thank you, Andrew. And I think you've solved a mystery, John. That was a called third strike. Because there was no way that runner was out at third base.
No, one of those things.
There we sit as we head to the fifth inning in a 1-0 Prospects lead, and Liam Rahela, second baseman, will lead things off. Fly to center field his first time through.
Hunter Boyd, the last 2 innings, has really settled down, has been pitching better.
Now batting for Okotoks is the second baseman, number 9, Liam Riel.
Call third strike. Rahela batted .500 last night, 4 trips to the plate, got himself 2 knocks. Swings at the first pitch. It's a dribbler up the first base side. Grayson Barrett is there. Gets the unassisted put out. 1 pitch and 1 away.
Now batting for Okotoks third baseman, number 26.
Real nice play here again by Barrett. It's really good having this camera, getting the replays out, because it sure showed that called third strike. Solved a problem for us.
Justin Peters looks at a breaking pitch. It's on the outside block right about the knee. Strike 1 to the batter. One ball and 1 strike. Standings up in the major leagues. New York Yankees at 76-39, a 10.5 game lead on the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. The Red Sox 61-56. I mean, that's 5 games better than 500, but it's not going to get you much this year. The defending World Series champions. Maybe they won that thing last year with mirrors. I don't know. Blue Jays are 20 back. The Orioles are 27 out, 38-76. And the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Not held cleanly by Jake Geary. Here's the toss up the line, and it won't be in time. Strikeout, wild pitch.
Now batting for Okotoks center fielder, number 24, Davis Podolski.
Third strikeout on the night for Hunter Boyd. And Davis Tadasicek is the batter up. He's got a pair of hits. He's got a bunt single and a base hit to left field. That big lead that the Minnesota Twins were enjoying in June has pretty much evaporated. 70-45 and a 1-game lead on the Cleveland Indians at 69-46. So that's a race. And after that, you can pretty much forget about it. The Pale Hose are 18 back. The Royals are 29.5 games back. And the Tigers are 34.5 games back. Pitch is low, and the count of 1 ball and no strikes. Houston Astros with a 75-40 record, a 10-game lead on the Oakland A's. 16.5 up on the Texas Rangers. 19.5 better than the Angels. We've got one of the best players in baseball, but one player isn't enough. I speak, of course, about that outstanding center fielder, Mr. Trout. And the Seattle Mariners are 27.5 games back. And you can see Hunter Boyd throws him a straight overhand delivery. He throws everything from that straight 12-6 motion. His breaking ball, his fastball. The ball has to do something when you throw straight overhand because the hitter gets a great look at the ball.
He does, and that's one thing that Hunter Boyd does. He gets that ball hopping. His fastball, although not overly fast when we think of speed, it moves. It's got a little hop to it. Again, he's been holding Peters on pretty good with his pickoff move, and all 3 of those throws have been right down on the bag.
And here's the pitch to the 347 batter. Threw him a big slow curveball, swing and a miss. Tadasicek, a Kelowna, British Columbia ball player, a senior out of Okanagan College. Count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Defensively, you've got Maskill at third, Barrett at first, Ramirez at shortstop, Thomas at second base. Outfield tonight of McDonald, Hunt, and Blahoyek left through right. Hunter Boyd ready to go. Here's the 2-2 delivery. Threw a fastball, threw it right about the label, and it's hit foul and up the right side, now to play.
What Boyd is trying to do with his pitches here, not just keep them on the corners, but keep them low. Keep it a double play, in play. Oh, another real good quick pickoff. Again, Peters has pretty good speed. You notice he's not getting on the carpet at all.
Rubbing that front end of the order, 6 batters, all hitting better than 300. That's how you set up a batting lineup. That means everybody's going to get a good pitch to hit, except for that one. Pretty nice breaking ball thrown by Hunter Boyd. He gets his 4th strikeout, his 2nd of the inning. That one just rolled off the edge of the table. Jacob Melton is the batter. There you're seeing the look of determination on the face of Hunter Boyd. He's a Marine.
He is, and you know, when you talk with him down below, when he's not pitching, most easygoing young man in the world. Get him on the mound, and he is a scrapper.
You know, Jacob Melton tried to hold up on a swing. He couldn't do so. We go to 0-1. Melton tonight roped a double into right field in the 3rd inning, drew a base on ball, and was erased on a ground ball double play. Strike 1 to the batter. Swing and a miss, strike 2. The curveball is dancing. Zach Thomas dropped fully back now, just about between the bags of first and second base. Playing this left-handed batter to try to pull the ball. And it's fouled back upstairs and out of play. Boyd ready. Here comes the pitch. Threw him another breaking ball. He did get a piece of it here in this top half of the 5th inning.
He's having a good at bat. Now, you're 0-2. It's hard to believe you're having a good at bat, but he's fouled the last 3 off.
Here we go. The pitch is swung on and it's missed. Nicely done by Hunter Boyd. Strikeouts 3, 4, and 5 on the night. Look at that. That may be his best curveball of the night.
It might be.
Hunter Boyd from Moses Lake, Washington, putting on a clinic tonight. Runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left to board. 4.5 through and a 1-0 prospect lead. And this is the playoffs at ICU Video. Well, we'll have Grayson Barrett, who catches left, throws right, and bats left. Lead it off here in the last half of the 5th inning. Real good pitch and duel here tonight. Justin Hammergren has coughed up the lone run of the ball game. They've scored that as an error. Now, I'm not quite in agreement with that, but I'm not the scorer, so that is now an unearned run. Hammergren ready, and the pitch is a fastball high, ball 1. Grayson Barrett, Zach Thomas, and Pierce Blow Hoyuk are the batters due up. Two and 0.
2-0 and working fast.
Long stride home from Harrigan out of the full windup, and the pitch is in there for a strike. Well, the Atlanta Braves, riding the right arm of that great young pitcher from Calgary, Alberta, Soroka, are enjoying things this year. They're 6-4 in their last 10. And a 5.5 game lead in the Eastern Division of the National League. Washington, 5.5 games back. The Mets are 8 back. The Phillies, also 8 games back. And the Marlins, 23.5 games off the pace. Count is evened up now at 3 balls and 2 strikes. You say, well, that's a hitter's count. Really, it's an even count. You got 1 pitch to work with either way. Ball is hit on the ground and is through the hole on the right side of the infield. And Grayson Barrett with a real good at bat off a top pitcher, a left-hander. And he has been nasty on the left-handed batters tonight, but not this time around.
Oh, real good hit to work the count very well. Got good wood on the ball through the gap.
Cubs with a 3.5 game lead on the Milwaukee Brewers in the National League Central. Cardinals are 4 games back. They're certainly not out of it. Cincinnati 8 back. Pittsburgh is, well, they're out of it. 34 1/2 games out. Well, we'll see if the prospects can try to engineer something here. Maybe put a play on. Pitch is a breaking ball. 12-6 curve, swing and a miss.
Find it very interesting how both pitchers tonight like to start the inning off with that breaking ball. They're both very accurate with it. They get a good, hard 12-6 drop. Tough to hit.
Strike 2 to the batter. Thomas flied to left field his opening time through tonight. And he has seen 2 nasty breaking pitches from Justin Hammergren. Tucson, Arizona, senior at Lewis and Clark College. And the pitch. Threw him 3 straight hooks. And that's it. Strikeout number 7 tonight for Hammergren.
Now batting for Edmonton, the right fielder, number 6, Piers Blahoviak.
And Piers Blahoviak, the batter up. Popped up and been called out on strikes tonight. 1 out, 1 on, double play depth in the infield. Outfield is straight away. Fastball down and in, 1 ball, no strikes.
Looks to me like Pierce was ready to bunt on that, which makes sense. Although he popped up in the first inning with a bunt attempt, he is a good bunter.
We'll have some scores coming up in a little bit of time. The Regina Red Sox can wrap things up tonight. And they'll be in Moose Jaw. Lethbridge can wrap things up as well. I do believe they're going to be playing that game in the ballpark in Lethbridge tonight. And the Swift Current 57s. A 5-2 win over the Weyburn Beavers last night. Game 2 of the series will go tonight at the ballpark in Weyburn, Saskatchewan. That pitch is right down the middle, right down the pump. 1-1.
Real good pitch.
Grayson Barrett with not a real big leadoff, both feet on the cutout. Over at first base. Look home and a toss to first.
Fans not happy with him going to first. I think he's doing a good job going to first. This team likes to run.
That is the one way you negate the running game. Just keep throwing breaking balls like that.
Exactly right.
Hard to send your runner. What you don't want to do is run yourself out of the inning. Here it's a count of 1-2 for sure. You're probably not going to be running now. Not with the count in the pitcher's favor.
That just missed. Now, one thing I really like about Justin Hammergren was something we've talked about a lot this year with pitchers. He comes off the mound square at the end of his pitch. If you're going to bunt, it's hard to pick a side to go to because he's always square. He can go either way. I expect he's a pretty good fielding pitcher.
Count of 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, 1 on here in the last half of the 5th inning. Hot outside fastball. Right about the 1 1/2 hour mark in the ball game here tonight. Now I might send the runner at 3-2. No, the runner holds, and the pitch is a fastball. The first fastball he's seen in this at bat, and he fouls it back.
Blahoviak's been doing a pretty good job of working the count. And we'll see if he's going to be able to get on base. Again, Hammergren has been deadly with a breaking ball in these situations.
And here's the 3-2 delivery. That's going to be a called 3rd strike, and the pitch somewhere on the knee.
This one is questionable. Watch it drop inside. Oh well.
Now batting for Edmonton, the shortstop, number 11, Javier Ramirez.
Javier Ramirez 0 for 2 tonight with a run scored. Eight strikeouts tonight for the left-hander Justin Hammergren. Ball 1 on the batter. 77 wins, 40 losses. The Dodgers with a unbelievably good year going. And Buehler pitching tonight as the pitch is swung on and missed. 18-game lead on the Diamondbacks, 19.5 up on the Giants, who after an absolutely loathsome start have picked it up pretty good. They're just 2 games off 500. Padres 22.5 out, and the Rockies 52 and 63, 24 games back. Count of 2 balls and a strike on the batter, 2 out. Grayson Barrett at first base. Got a board on a base hit. Punched a single out into right field. Hammergren misses inside, ball 3. Javi has had a steady diet of pitches in, be it fastballs, be it curveballs. Nothing away.
Yeah, they don't want anything outside on him. He pounds the ball pretty good out there.
And that's ball 4. Second walk of the night issued by Hammergren.
Center fielder, number 49, Travis.
And Travis Hunt will be the batter up.
Little discussion on the mound.
That's the pitching coach, Joe Sargent.
How are we going to pitch to Travis Hunt?
Well, that isn't Joe Sargent either, but they'll have a discussion on what they want to do to Travis Hunt.
With 2 out, you know, you're caught a little bit between a rock and a hard place. You go walk him, go to Bo, get Bo. Bo had a rocket as a single in the first inning. So I think they're going to pitch to him. It depends on where their ball placement is going to be. Just probably making sure with the pitcher what they're going to run on him. And maybe a little bit of changing signs a little from the point of view. Got a man on second base now. They can pick up the signs from the catcher.
And the first pitch is going to miss low and inside. 1 ball and no strike. The runners aboard. Grayson Barrett, the lead runner. Javier Ramirez drew a base on ball. Here's Blahoviak was called out on strikes, as was Zach Thomas. He went down swinging. That was the first out of the inning. pitch, the ball's put into play. It's a lazy one hopper, fielded inside the bag at third base. Peters throws a strike to the bag, and that'll do it in the last half of the fifth inning.
And when you watch this, it shows the speed of Travis Hunt. That was a fairly easy play, and he just got him.
In the bottom of the fifth, the prospect had no
5
run
innings
on
down
one
and a
hit.
1-0 Prospects lead. The playoffs on ICU video. Jackson Volk, the leadoff batter here in the 6th inning. We got him in the cleanup spot tonight. He's popped up and bounced out in the ball game. Gavin Logan, the catcher, and William Hollis, the DH, here to face Hunter Boyd. Fastball to the outside half of the plate, and it's a called strike. We get a little activity now in the Okotoks bullpen. Got a left-hander down there playing a little long toss. Curveball and a beauty. Swing and a miss. He would have hit that one with a base fiddle. Good breaking ball.
He really drops that breaking ball off the table.
Bouncing ball, kind of a bad hop, but Grayson Barris stays with it, knocks it down, keeps it in front of him, wins the race to the bag. That one might have hit a pebble there on the cutout.
Okotoks the catcher, number 16, Gavin Logan.
Gavin Logan will be the batter. That ball had some twist on it, had some spin.
And Grayson Barrett did a nice job just getting in front of it, keeping square. If it does get a bad hop, you got a chance to have a play off of you in front of you.
Barrett out of Bakersfield, California. Gavin Logan is the batter up. 1 ball and no strikes. Hunter Boyd delivers, changes speeds on that straight overhand curveball. 1 ball, 1 strike. In the playoff game scores, nothing to report as of yet from Moose Jaw. Lethbridge at Medicine Hat. The Mavericks lead 1-0. They're last reported in the bottom of the 4th inning. Swift Current leads the Weyburn Beavers 3-2 in the top of the 4th inning. There's a beauty of a breaking ball right down the heart of the plate, 2-2. Hunter Boyd into his windup. The pitch is down and away. Full count. Five strikeouts for Boyd tonight. Struck out the side in the 5th inning. And the pitch is low for ball 4.
Now he took the designated hitter, number 6.
Boyd looked a little off balance coming off the mound there.
Hollis with a base hit. He punched a single up the middle with 1 out in the 4th inning. Drew a base on ball and was erased on the front end of a ground ball double play in the 2nd. Middle infield out of double play depth. Maskill is about midway at 3rd. The outfield is straight away. Ball 1 to the batter. Our umpiring crew tonight, as you see that wild pitch in and out of the glove of Jake Geary. Not a wild pitch, but ball 4. Brandon Strachey at first. Matt Beaudry, the umpire at first base. Brandon Strachey calling the balls and strikes. He's at the plate. Bottom fell out of that breaking ball. Strike to the batter, 1-1. Darren DeCander at 2nd. Jim Crawford, the umpire, working at 3rd.
And again, with 1 out, Hunter Boyd's going to keep this ball down, try to get a ground ball into a double play. Oh, again, that quick pickoff move to first.
And the 1-1 delivery to William Hollis. Swung late on it, fouls it away. down the left side. Look at that small lead taken off at first base because of all that good work done by Hunter Boyd. Not much more than about a 5-6 foot lead taken off the bag by Gavin Logan. Now, he's a big catcher, so he's not all that fleet of foot.
Even Tristan Peters with his speed didn't get a foot on the carpet.
Slow ground ball to the left side. Here's Ramirez. He comes to the bag. He throws the ball, and there's a 6-3 ground ball double play. Turned nicely by Javier Ramirez. Ball just about tailor-made to turn 2.
Sure was. Big handles on it. Kept the ball down. That's exactly what Hunter Boyd wanted to do.
Well, here in the top half of the 6th inning, nothing across. The Prospects up by 1. It's the playoffs on ICU video. This guy has been an enigma tonight pretty much for the Prospects. He has allowed just 1 unearned run. It was Bo Gilbo, the man coming to the plate, that knocked a single up the middle and scored. Javier Ramirez. 8 strikeouts, just a couple of base on balls. And he's thrown a 3-hitter. Bo Gilbo will lead it off against Justin Harrington. Hanegren, I beg your pardon. Justin Hanegren. And outside with the first pitch. 1 ball and no strikes. Wound up by Harrigan, and this ball is kissed. It's down the line. It is foul of the pole. Getting all of that one was Bo Gilbo, kind of a hanger out over the plate. Just hit it crooked.
And yeah, I got a little bit about the middle inside and just got in front of it a little bit. Good power.
Ball on a strike here to Gilbo. Jake Geary and Tyler Maskill. A switch hitter batting right-handed, and 2 right-handed bats will be up. And the pitch is going to be inside from Hanegren. Made 8 starts on the year. 1 complete game and 46 2/3 innings of pitching here for the Dogs. Strike at the knee.
Real good breaking ball in there.
48 hits, 19 runs, 14 earned, 17 base on balls, 43 strikeouts, a .500 record, 4-4, and a 2.70 earned run average. And Bo Gilbo was down on strikes. Strikeout number 9.
Had a rip at it. It's good fastball.
Now batting from the catcher, number 22, Jay Geary.
Jake Geary, the hitter. 2,121 in the ballpark here tonight. With this playoff gate, the Prospects are just about at 60,000 on the season. And the pitch, Hanegren throws a strike at the knee.
Again, he's working off the third base side of the mound.
Strike on the outside corner, 0-2 from the left-hander, Hanegren. Out of Tucson, Arizona. Lewis and Clark State College.
Started him with a breaking ball and then came in with a fastball.
Hanegren kicks and delivers, and the ball is fouled away. You see the overcast sky tonight, not a threatening sky. The weatherman says no rain in the immediate forecast. But not a warm day at all. It was No better than about 60 Fahrenheit today. That's somewhere in the teens centigrade. Now that the wind has settled down, it's not an uncomfortable night. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Now Jake Hammergren, he's got Jake Gary, or Justin Hammergren's got Jake Gary in a position where he has to protect the plate.
Infield tonight of Sanchez, the shortstop, Rahela at second. They're drawn fully back. Peters is deep at third base. Toffatland is also playing deep at first. Count will run full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Peeled to first base, no swing.
Hammergren up 0-2 on Gary, and Gary protected the plate, hit that foul ball, and now it's been 3 straight balls.
And the pitch is in on the fist. That it's a little looper into short center field. That'll fall in for a base hit. Jake Gary gets his second knock of the night on a ball that he muscled into the outfield. Let's see, that's right in on the hands.
It is, and just good power on his part, and a very good at bat for Jake Gary. Being 0-2 to start with, work to the 3 full count, then get a base hit.
Bring up Tyler Maskill on a 1-for-2 night. A base hit to center field, his last at bat. And the Dogs with a left-hander heating up in the bullpen. Pitches down and in, 1 ball, no strikes. Hammergren, I would think, would be up around 70 pitches.
He's got to be in that range. The last 2 batters, he's throwing a fair amount of pitches, even on the strikeout.
And here's the 1-0 delivery. Strike right down the middle, right down the barrel. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Good looking pitch.
Dogs with a 7-2 victory last night. 2-2 ball game going into the 8th inning. Obviously didn't go the Prospects' way.
I can notice he slowed down his move to first base quite a bit here.
And here's the 1-1 pitch. Threw him a fastball. It was right in on the hands. He spotted that fastball really well tonight.
He sure has. And I would suspect on this pitch we might see that breaking ball. Very effective with it tonight on the inside.
Here's a 1-2 delivery. And the ball is spanked up the middle, and that ball is going to get caught by Liam Rahela. What a nice play by Rahela. Spins around, he throws a perfect strike to first base. He doesn't double his man off, but he came very close.
He really did. This is just an excellent baseball play. Turns and fires right away, and Jake Gary is just safe.
You see him, Liam Rahela. Out of White Rock, British Columbia. He's big for a second baseman, 6'1", 190. A junior out of Bellevue University down in Washington. And outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Dogs do a really fine job of recruiting players.
They sure do, and they've got that good academy down there too. They develop a lot of good ball players.
The left-hander down in the Okotoks bullpen is loose now, doing more watching than pitching. Ball 1, strike none here to Jake McDonald, playing in left field tonight.
And we've seen Jake behind the plate. We've seen him as a DH. We've seen him in the outfield.
And the 1-1 delivery right down the pump. Belt high and down the middle, strike 2. Hammergren with an opportunity to retire the side on this next pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 away and a man at first base. Hammergren delivers. That's not the pitch.
And Jake McDonald on this again, just protecting the plate. Reached out for it, got a piece of it. Shorten the swing.
Ball game at the 1 hour and 54-minute mark in the bottom half of the 6th inning. And the pitch. The ball that's roped out into right field. It's slicing away from the outfielder, Valk. And we will have a man coming on at third base. They're going to wave the run on in. This is Jake Geary rounding third. He crosses the plate. There's a run-scoring triple by Jake McDonald. And finally, the prospects get another run on the board on this ball. It's hit pretty hard and it slices away from the outfielder.
It really is. It just hits inside and goes all the way to the wall by the bullpen. Excellent at bat for Jake McDonald.
There you see him, Jake McDonald with an opposite field triple. Grayson Barrett will be the batter. For a catcher, he runs pretty good. The only time you really get triples is off a speed merchant, a double sitter with a little bit of speed. That's what a triple is.
It's very, the way that ball hit too, Al, it was, as you said, it was cutting away, just landed inside, and it was like a cut right to the wall. Perfect placement for it.
Well, that's going to do it for the left-hander that's starting the ball game tonight. Hammergren, he's got nothing to hang his head about. He's done a nice job this evening. As we take a timeout, this is Prospects Playoff Baseball on ICU Video. You see the new pitcher in the ball game. That is Galen Manhart, left-hander out of Carmel Valley, California, junior, attending the Academy of Art University. Galen Manhart into pitch. 16 relief appearances in the regular season, 22 2/3 innings, 14 hits. I tell you what, he has been stingy. Just 2 runs given up. Both earned runs, 7 base on balls, 8 strikeouts. 1 win, no loss, no saves. A 0.79 earned run average. That is stingy pitching.
That is stingy pitching. Pretty good ERA. And here's Barrett up with man on third, 2 out.
So Galen Manhart, match up a left-handed hitter, left-handed pitcher, pitches a slider to the outside corner, strike 1. Hammergren, 5 2/3 innings. Out of the starting blocks tonight, scattered 6 hits. Struck out 9, he walked 2.
Good
Swing
high
and a miss on that pitch.
Yeah, good high fastball. He just blew it by him.
Manhart is a kind of a stocky-looking left-hand pitcher, not real tall. Works out of the set position. One thing he's got that a pitcher needs to have, he's got long arms. And he throws the breaking ball, a swing and a miss. That wasn't close.
It really wasn't. It was a very good pitch. He'd given him the fastball in tight the pitch before, and then comes with a breaking ball in the outside corner.
But the opposite field triple off the bat of Jake McDonald. Scores Jake Geary, 2-0 Prospects as we head to the 7th inning. Andrew Peard, take it away.
Thank you very much, Al. Just a couple of notes on the Okotoks side of things. They were one of 2 ball clubs in the WCBL this year to reach the 40-win plateau. When I was congratulating Mitch Schmidt on the feat prior to the game today, but he said it might not matter for him if they don't pick up a win in each of these next 2 games. Speaking of the 40-win teams, the other one, of course, being the Regina Red Sox, who got to 41 wins on the season. And they actually ended up playing an extra game than Okotoks, as Okotoks did not complete their 56-game schedule, as they had a makeup game schedule that did not need to be played, so they finished with 40 wins on the year. And of course, first time in WCBL history, 2 teams with 40 wins, and that is because obviously the schedule being moved from 48 games to 56, allowing that, making it even more impressive in 2013 when the Medicine Hat Mavericks picked up 39 wins. Guys, back up to you.
All right, let's move on to the 7th inning. The bottom 3 of the order will be due up here against Hunter Boyd, who has put up the zeros through the opening 6 innings. Scattered 4 hits. I'll tell you what, that's a ton of pitching against a hitting lineup like this.
It really is, and he's got himself in a little trouble at times, but he's worked his way out of it each time. We've had a couple of inning-ending double plays that have been really well executed. And again, he gets people on base. He keeps that ball down. Draws a lot of pop-ups and ground balls.
Defensive change for Prospect. In left field now is number 17, Tanner Roundy. Next up to bat for Okotoks is the first base.
Tanner Roundy is now in the ball game. He'll play the left field position, and that in the spot occupied previously by Jake McDonald.
Defensive move by Coach Jordan Blundell. Roundy has excellent speed in the outfield.
Dane Toflin is the batter up, but Toflin waves at a curveball, strike 1. And here's the wind and the 0-1 delivery from a breaking ball away. A fastball up and in, strike 2. Every one of the luxury suites sold out tonight for this playoff game. A good chunk of the balcony seats also sold out. 2,121 is the attendance here tonight. Wind up here by Hunter Boyd. And he's high and in. 6'1", 230-pounder. Out in central Washington. It's called Moses Lake.
There's that curveball. Again, like we saw in the previous half inning. Fastball inside, come back with that breaking ball on the outside.
Hunter had 10 starts on the regular season. He threw 3 complete games. That's number 1 on the Prospects pitching roster this season. That's a lot of complete games. There's a strike on the outside corner. Right on the block, it's a fastball. Kaboom.
Real nice pitch, right at knee level.
And Ricardo Sanchez will be the batter. 74 innings of pitching, 81 hits, 28 runs, 20 earned, 14 base on balls, 51 strikeouts, 5 wins, 2 losses, 2.43 earned run average for Hunter Boyd.
Oh.
Threw him a strike, it's 0-1. Sanchez has popped up and bounced into a double play. And the 0-1 delivery. Evens a count at a ball on the strike. Back with a fastball that's taken for a strike, 1-2.
Breaking ball down in the dirt.
Ricardo Sanchez from Mexico City. Come a long way. He actually goes to school in Okotoks. He attends the Dawgs Baseball Academy. And there's a one-hopper. Get inside the bag at third base. Nice fielding play by Maskill. He had no choice. He had to pick it on the short hop. That's just the way the play worked. Here you're going to see it. That's a pick. That is a pick.
Real nice play all around.
And Liam Rahela, the batter. See Tyler Maskill makes that nice pick. And that's what happens when you work quick. You get good fielding plays behind you. There's a base hit up the middle.
That was a shot. Now, Rahela, who made that outstanding play in the last half inning.
Got a fastball middle of the plate in. That's what he was looking for. Shortens the swing up a little bit and hits that bolt in the center field. And now you hit the rough water. Tristan Peters, Davis Dodatis check. Jacob Milton, Jackson Volk, and Logan, and they're all plus 300 hitters.
There's that pickoff move.
And he'll worry about that in the next inning.
That's right.
Get another look at that. I don't know how many pickoffs he's got this year, but he's got a load of them. Vapor locked his runner.
And again, that ball right down on the bag. It's the only way they would have got him.
No runs and a hit, nobody left on base as we move around to the bottom half of the seventh inning. 2-0 Edmonton. It's Prospects playoff baseball on ICU video. Well, the new pitcher in the ball game, it'll be a right-hander, Dustin Shorey. Justin Hammergren, the starter tonight, his final totals: 5 2/3 innings, 2 runs, 1 earned, 6 hits, 9 strikeouts, 2 base on balls. Galen Manhard works a total of 1/3 of an inning with 1 strikeout. So that's a short, nice work for him.
It is, but it was a good outing for him. And a very good outing, I think, for Justin Hammergren. I mean, he just had a breaking ball going, his fastball, great location. It's just that he's playing against another pitcher who's doing as good a job as he is.
Dustin Shorey out of Chandler, Arizona, sophomore, attends Texas Wesleyan University. 18 relief appearances in the regular season, 19 innings of pitching, 15 hits, 6 runs, 2 earned runs, 4 base on balls, 19 punch-outs, 0-1 record, 8 saves, and a 0.94 earned run average. They got a pen.
Boy, they do. They're pretty good ERAs on these young men.
Zach Thomas will be the leadoff batter here against Dustin Shorey. That was the slider, and it's middle half of the plate in for a strike, 0-1.
Very good pitch. Those are very hard to hit.
Count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Zach Thomas, Urs Blahoyek, and Javier Ramirez to up here in the last half of the 7th inning. Another splatter, and it's a strike, 1-2. Check swing at the breaking ball outside. We're even at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
A real good pitch, just missed with it. now we can almost expect that slider that breaks to the inside corner.
Ready to go now. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And it's a slow ground ball pulled to the left side. Sanchez, the shortstop, there to grab it. And the throw is right on the money, one away. Just sawed him right off.
He really did. He put it right where he wanted, like we talked about on that inside part of the plate.
And Pierce Blahoviak will be the batter.
Pierce has not had a good night at the plate. He popped up on a bunt attempt to the pitcher and has struck out twice.
The third and the 8th strikeout of Hammergren, the big left-hander who started the game for the Dogs. And the pitch is there at the knee, strike one. Willie back on the middle infield, about midway at first and third base. That straight overhand delivery, the ball just rolled off the edge. Count of 0-2. When he does get a ball put into play, they're going to be on the ground. There you see, he sawed the batter off, just got a dribbler to the left side of the infield for the first out of the inning. That's a heavy ball. Swing and a miss, not held cleanly, and the throw up the line to preserve the strikeout. And we go to Ramirez.
Now batting for Edmonton, the shortstop, number 11.
Must have had rain tonight at Moose Jaw because they are underway, but only in the bottom of the second inning. Regina Red Sox lead the Miller Express 2-1. Bottom of the 7th inning, Medicine Hat with a 2-1 lead on the Lethbridge Bulls. They try to even that series off at a win apiece. Swift Current at Weyburn. Swift Current leads 6-4, and that's in the top of 7. Here Ramirez fouls the pitch off, strike one. Dustin Shurry throws a fastball on the fists, and it's popped up foul and out of play. Back of first base and into the seating area.
Again, good. Very good pitch. Ramirez getting his batting stroke, but getting under the ball twice.
Jake McDonald with an opposite field 3-base hit. Letting the prospect second run in the 6th inning. Got going with a 1-out single to Jake Geary, and he came around to score. Made 3 left turns, 270 feet of base track on a bomb that was hit up the right. That's good opposite field power. Ball hit to right off a right-hand hitter's bat. It's generally always going to tail away from the outfielder and more towards the foul line. Same thing with the ball hit the left field off a left-hander's bat.
It's like hitting a billiard shot. If you get that inside the line, it's going to cut right out to the wall. That's what happened with Jake's hit.
Shurry now calls time. He wants to get on the same page of the hymn book here with Gavin Logan. I don't know what you're going to talk about. You just got 2 batters and you're 0-2 on the next guy. Just relax.
There's quite a picture of the south side of the city.
And here's the 0-2 pitch. It's a slider on the outside block, and that'll do it. The prospects are out of business here in the last half of the 7th inning.
Really good pitch. It's not one you can let go.
Move on to the 8th inning of play. 2-0 the Prospects lead. Playoff baseball on ICU video. Katsu Takahashi into the ball game now, and he'll play at second base. The previous inning, the defensive change. Tanner Roundy, who made a spectacular catch on Sunday on a bolt hit the deep left field, and he is the left fielder. Tristan Peters, the .359 batter. No, the .395 batter, I'll make it. Shows you why as he waits on the first pitch strike. And with a nice short swing, lines the base hit up the middle. Davis Tadadaschuk is the batter.
Now up to this point, Hunter Boyd is throwing 90 pitches, 60 of them for strikes.
Tadadaschuk with an infield hit in the 3rd inning. A base hit between short and third. His first time up, and he struck out swinging. Again, Takahashi at second base. Roundy in left field. What you're trying to do there is put your best defensive team on the field.
Takahashi has a little more speed than what Zach Thomas has. So get him in there. Very good young man with the glove. Looked like they were going with Tristan Peters on that. And instead got a foul ball. Attempting a hit and run. Boy, there's that low throw again. It's been a pleasure watching Hunter work this year. And we get to see him every time he's out at home, and it's always consistent.
Here's the 1-1 delivery, and that's going to be a low ball, too. Well, maybe we'll have a play at first base. Here's the tag down, and just back in time is Tristan Peters. Left a little bit early. He decided, I better get back to the bag. Jake Geary did it just about perfectly. He waited for his man to break. He can't do anything until he breaks to the bag.
That's exactly right. If he throws to first base, Peters is going to make it to second. So he had to wait, but what he did, he kind of hitched on the ball and held the ball just up there, got the ball a little high. If he got it down, he'd have had him.
There's a play at first base. Tag put down. A quick tag by Barrett, and Tristan Peters beats it back. I can see where over a long season Tristan Peters will drive you nuts. He's a little pest.
He is. Well, he's like Blahovic. Get him on the bases. He would drive you absolute crazy. Better batting average. He's very, very good ball player.
Peters has only struck out 11 times this season. 10 home runs, 40 runs batted in. And we're going to have a hit batsman and tying runners aboard. He's got 13 stolen bases against 6 occasions where he was caught stealing.
Here's a case. The ball got away from Hunter Boyd a little bit.
Hit by pitch. Jacob Melton is the batter.
Now they are expecting a bunt, and this is what Hunter Boyd is talking with Tyler Maskell about. Third base, expecting a bunt down the line. Are they going to play it?
Here it does. He drops the bunt down. One play, and that's going to be to first base, and that's where they get the out. 1-3 on the putout. Tying run is now in scoring position. That's how you bunt.
That's exactly how you bunt. Very well executed play, and a good play by Boyd. That wasn't easy. Got a very fast man moving down to first base. He got the ball right on the money. One out.
Jackson Valk is the batter up. 0 for 3 today.
What Boyd needs here is a strikeout or a pop fly.
As you can see, the prospects will surrender the run on the ground ball. They're not going to play the infield up. Pitch is foul to the backstop, strike 1. Tristan Peters led the inning on with a line single up the middle. Tadeusz got hit by a pitch. Jacob Melton dropped down the sacrifice bunt. And the count is at 0-1. Hunter Boyd's going to work out of the full windup with men at second and third base. That was a breaking ball, a nice pick by Jake Geary. Picked that one right out of the dirt. You have to have an awful lot of confidence in your receiver if you're throwing pitches like that with a man at third, less than 2 away.
And that's one thing, these two have worked so well together this year. Just figuring out how they're going to play this. Yeah, I was scouting report on these batters that they've got, and going to pitch them outside, going to pitch them inside.
Lined up by Hunter Boyd in the 1-1 pitch. Big, slow curve ball, swing and a miss. 1-2. He can sum up a couple more of those.
Well, that's right. And this, as we talked about earlier, in this situation, the strikeout is extremely important if you can get it.
One-two pitch is on the way. It's a fastball, fouled off. Off the left side, now to play. Busy night in Edmonton in sports. Up the road a little ways, the Pro Football Club, the Eskimos, are entertaining the Ottawa Red Blacks. Canadian League team in Montreal tonight, Canadian Football League game, was stopped due to lightning. Pitch is swung on and missed. That's going to bring in a run, a strikeout, wild pitch. It's a 1-run ball game.
Jake could not get the glove down, and it got underneath. 1-run ball game and strikeout, but now you got the man on first and third, 1 out. They'll play a double play depth and hope to get the double play.
Gavin Logan is the batter.
If we notice also, here we are in the 8th inning, the prospects are not warming anybody up.
Blundell is going to come out to the mound.
They're going to have a talk, and big thing here again, try to keep the ball down, get a ground ball, double play. But we've noticed with Okotoks tonight, Al, that you make a mistake, they jump on it. That first pitch single by Peters, and he kept working, get a hit batter. All of a sudden, we have things start to happen.
Well, one thing that is a certainty, Hunter Boyd isn't going anywhere.
No.
I don't think you could get him off that mound with a cattle prod.
Probably not. Well, some fellas going to the bullpen now, but I just don't see anybody working.
Ramirez and Takahashi will shorten up, play at a double play depth. Maskell up wide of the bag at third. Tying run is Davis Tadeusz. He lines up in foul territory off third base. You don't see that very often, a pickoff throw to third, because generally your third baseman plays back, but that's why he was where he was. Now he's going to play back about midway. That would have been a sweet play if you could have picked your runner off at third for the second out of the inning. Well, a fastball in on the left-handed batter, and he'll, with his wrist, just flip the bat and foul it away. 0-1.
A little action down in the prospects bullpen, and that is Trevor Berg, who has been a starter, but he was a closer here early in the season. Worked his way into the rotation.
Out outside, we go to 1 ball and 1 strike. Logan tonight reached base on a fielder's choice, struck out swinging, drew a base on ball, and was picked up on the front end of a ground ball double play. That's going to tie the ball game up. That's a base hit to left field. Ramirez couldn't get to it, had no chance on the ball, and we are tied at 2.
Now batting for Okotoks designated hitter number 6, William Hall.
Run scoring single to left field. Knots the tie. William Hollis, the DH, is the batter. And the shutout bid ends after 7 innings tonight. Boyd has thrown everything at the Okotoks Dawgs but the kitchen sink. I mean, he's worked hard tonight.
He's worked very hard and he's had good success. What really hurt in this inning was the strikeout wild pitch, and that was very costly. The ball was down and Jake Gary was not able to block it.
Pitch inside, 1 ball and no strikes. And here's the 1-0 pitch. It's a fastball out outside. Go to 2 balls, no strikes. Here in the top half of the 8th inning. The 2.5-hour mark in this playoff game. Here tonight at Remax Field. 2,121 in the stands. The other scores tonight were John and Moose Jaw had to wait through some rain. They're underway now in the bottom of 2. Red Sox, a 41-win regular season, have a 2-1 lead in the bottom of 2. Lethbridge at Medicine Hat with a 2-1 lead. That's in the bottom half of the 7th inning. They hold on to that. They'll tie the series up at a win apiece. And Swift Current with a 6-4 lead in the 7th inning on the Weyburn Beavers. That's ball 4.
Now batting for Okotoks first baseman number 23, Dane Hoffman.
Pitch misses low to load the bases with 1 away. Dane Tothland will be the batter up.
By the way, we have our 50-50 winner that I promised at the end of the last inning. So if you have a blue ticket with the number 194992, you are going home with almost $1,800. Again, that is blue ticket 194.
Boyd had gone through the order twice without surrendering a run, earned or unearned. But you've got that 6 batters in a row at the top of the order, all plus 300 hitters. And that's how you set up a batting lineup. Everybody's going to get good pitches to hit.
They make you pay. If you make a mistake on a pitch, you're going to get it hit.
High and inside with a fastball. 1 ball, no strikes.
Hunter would love to finish this, but he's losing his control. Makes it very difficult.
Count is even now, a ball and a strike. The runners aboard. William Hollis at first base. Logan is the runner at second. Jackson Volk at third base. And the 1-1 pitch. Hit back up the middle. It's Takahashi on to Ramirez for 1. On to first, and your ground ball double play gets it done. Well, that might have been trouble right at the mound. You see it just about hit Hunter Boyd. Takahashi bobbles it, gathers it in. Good feed to Ramirez. And your throw to first base. And we are tied as we move to the bottom half of the 8th inning. It's playoff baseball on ICU video. You can look at the new pitcher into the ball again. That's Dustin Shorey. He came in the previous inning. Big, tall right-hander. Hunter Boyd has served up 3 ground ball double plays tonight. And that last one was a big one.
And you know, you're exactly right, Al. If it had hit Hunter Boyd, they wouldn't probably got 1 out, much less a double play, and another run would have scored.
Travis Hunt, 0 for 2 with a base on ball tonight. My vote for the team MVP this season.
I would certainly second that motion.
Ball 1 to the batter. Justin Hammergren, a big left-hander, the starter tonight, 5 2/3 inning distance. Allowed both runs. One of the runs an unearned run. On 6 hits, struck out 9. Had a great assortment of breaking balls tonight. He walked 2 batters. Galen Manhard came in, faced the batter, and struck him out. And now it's up to Dustin Shorey. Got a ball 3. Sanchez, the Okotoks shortstop, playing him to pull the ball. He's just about between the bags of second and third base and fully back. And the automatic is in and over for a call strike. 3 balls, 1 strike on the batter. Bo Gilbo and Jake Geary are due up. 3, 4, and 5 hitters in the Edmonton order. Count is full.
In the second inning, Travis Hunt drew a walk and then was picked off, attempting to steal.
Dustin Shorey shakes off a sign. He didn't like what he saw. And now we'll have a conference at the mound. Chandler, Arizona, right-handed pitcher. Dustin Shorey, Texas Wesleyan University. Ready to go. Here's the 3-2 delivery. A fastball, middle half of the plate in, right on the hands. Fouled it off.
Travis pretty well cleared out the dugout on that one. Fired it right back at the prospect dugout.
And the pitch is on the way. High fastball, swing and a miss, right up in the wheelhouse. Shorey with a strikeout. That's the old high hard one.
Sure is, and not often that we see Travis Hunt strike out. That's a very good pitch.
3 strikeouts on 3 batters here by this fireballer, Dustin Shorey. Gilbo 1 for 3 with a run batted in. Tries luck for the first time tonight from the left-handed side of the plate. Down and away, ball 1. Down and away, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Base is empty here in the last half of the 8th inning.
Bogey boy hit a laser in the first inning. Scored Javier Ramirez.
The ball raised out into deep right field. There's a long run back. And the ball gets caught right on the warning track. Just got under it a little bit.
Just a little bit too much. Good drive to the edge of the warning track. 2 out.
And Jake Geary will be the batter up it. Ball was not quite to the warning track. Probably hit about 390 feet out into right center. That was Davis Tadada's check making the catch. Five in a row set down by Dustin Shorey. Two ball game here in the bottom half of the 8th inning.
Jake Gary, his last time up, singled and then got driven home by a 3-base hit by Jake McDonald for the second run of the game for the Prospects. He's had 2 hits tonight.
Fly ball to straightaway center field. Lots of room up the middle for Tadada's check. He's camped into that. 2 away. Actually 3 away. That'll do it. So the Prospects go quietly in the home half of the 8th inning. And Andrew Peard, take it away.
Thank you very much, Al. Standing by here with Scott Gillespie, who has now decided to step into the hot seat, or the hot piece of asphalt here at Remax Field. Take me through this ball game, though. It's been a heck of a game. Just from your perspective, what have you seen out of this one?
Just a lot of emotion from both sides. Like, we're high energy on the bench, so are they. They came back in it. They just haven't died down. Got to tip their hat to that, and we're just trying to do our best to stay in this series and stay in this ball game.
And now it's Hunter going back out for the 9th. He's pitched a heck of a ball game here tonight. Just what sort of a leader has he been for this ball club this year?
He's been huge. He's a guy that we can rely on to go deep into games, 7, 8, 9 innings per start. It really saves our bullpen each day, and yet again, he's just been doing it all year for us, and it's been good.
Yeah, I think this time I might get hit by a ball, so we'll wrap it up there. Thanks for your time, Scott.
All right, thank you.
Guys, back up to you.
All right, let's go to the 9th inning. And Ricardo Sanchez, the shortstop, will be the leadoff batter.
Hunter Boyd is throwing 180 pitches up through 8 innings, 70 of them for strikes. He's been a workhorse all year, eating up a tremendous number of innings, and a tremendous competitor.
Led the team in wins, led the team in innings pitched.
Number 2 in strikeouts.
'74 74 innings of pitching over 10 starts. So that gets you into the 7th inning each and every night. 3 complete games. And Ricardo Sanchez will be the leadoff batter. Bounced into a double play. Bounced to third, and he's popped up to the shortstop. Hunter's going to lead him off down the dish. Strike 1. The bouncing ball up the middle. Here's Ramirez in back of the bag. Nicely down to his left. He just stole a base hit away from the batter.
He sure did. Look at him get behind second base on this. Breaking early, sets and fires.
That's the way that ball was hit. You've got to contend with maybe that ball's going to hit the bag at second. Now that does. Then you're really in trouble.
It throws everything off.
That's great range to his left. And Liam Rahela, the batter. Kick in the 0-1. Breaking ball. That's a curveball to the outside corner. Strike 1.
Now he will also throw his slider in off that back door.
Ten ground ball outs for Hunter Boyd tonight. He has induced the batters to hit into 3 ground ball double plays. And he's ahead 1-2. Hitting .289, Liam Rahela. On the hands, and he swings at it, fouls it away down the left side, now to play.
It's a good way to pitch, Rahela. You don't want to get him out over the plate. Bring it in on the inside corner, up in on the hands if you can.
That one is right down the pump, right down Broadway, called third strike on a fastball.
Totally fooled him. Great fastball. Right where it had to be.
Number 26, Tristan Peters.
8th strikeout on the night for Hunter Boyd. Tristan Peters got things going in the 7th inning. He jumped on the first pitch fastball and nailed a base hit up the middle. I don't think he's going to get a first pitch fastball this time around.
Breaking ball in the dirt.
Hunter rocks into the windup, and the pitch. From a backdoor curveball, go to 1-1. Right on the block.
Just high. Peter is such a consistent hitter. You have to change speeds and locations on him.
All 3.
I think Hunter wanted that pitch.
And that's an outside ball 4. When he fell behind like that, he just wasn't going to give him a cookie. It's kind of an unintentional, intentional base on ball.
Well, you're exactly right. He's not going to give a good hitter like this anything good to hit. Better off walking him. He's already picked off one man off first base, but he only has to get 1 out, so I expect he's going to go after this batter.
The batter is Davis Tadasicek. Tadasicek tonight with a pair of hits. Got hit by a pitch and came around to score the tying run. And he takes a strike. It's 0-1. Yeah, there's a breaking ball strike. It's 0-2. It's been a war horse out there tonight, no doubt about it.
He got him.
Right in the rectangle. That was right down Broadway for strike 3 called. There it is. That's a strike. 9 strikeouts for that young man from Moses Lake, Washington, Hunter Boyd. And here in the top of the 9th, no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. Let's move to the bottom of 9. It's playoff baseball on ICU video. There you go. Look at Dustin Shorey, who has faced 6 batters and retired them all in order. 2 lazy fly balls, 3 strikeouts, a couple of ground ball outs. Tyler Maskill awaits the first pitch here of the 9th inning. And it's a strike on the inside corner of the plate, 0-1. Shorey ready to go. Here's the pitch. It's a strike down the middle, 0-2. And the pitch, and a ground ball to the left side of the infield, scooped up at third base by Tristan Peters. Nicely done to his left-handed side. He just stole a base hit away from the batter. Well, it's hitting pretty good order. Tristan Peters makes the fielding play and sidearms to the target.
Nice play by Peters, coming flat across. Very smooth movement.
Tanner Roundy will be the batter up. Seven in a row set down by the big right-hander, and the pitch is a strike, 0-1. Roundy hit .207 in the regular season. Appeared in 45 ball games. Pretty much all of them in the outfield. Tries to drop down a bunt, and he drops it down, but in foul territory, 0-2.
Just gets over top of that ball and fouls it off.
Two ball game, 1 out, bases empty, bottom half of the 9th. And Dustin Shorey is pretty much how you spell relief. 7 batters up, 7 batters down. Take that 8. There's one in there at the knee. 2 away.
Really good
Fourth
pitch.
strikeout of the night.
One of those you cannot take in this situation. You have to be swinging.
Grayson Barrett 1 for 3 tonight. He's deep in the box, front foot a little bit open. And here's the pitch to him. That's the strike. It's 0-1.
Shore is throwing nothing but strikes in this inning. Big, strong kid.
Kind of a ball on the strike. Infield is back and they're fanned apart. Ball put into play to the right side. Liam Rahela is up with it, and that'll do it here in the bottom half of the 9th inning.
In the bottom of the 9th, the prospects had no runs on no
We are
hits.
headed to extra innings in playoff baseball tonight on ICU video. 10th inning about set to get underway. Jacob Melton, the left fielder, the leadoff batter. How many pitches at
Hunter Boyd is throwing 122 pitches, 80 for strikes, and he's still in the ball game. And you know he does not want to come out of here, Al. He wants to get this game.
And there's a ball hit down the right field line. That'll be a leadoff double. Get things going here in the top half of the 10th inning. Jacob Melton with a 2-base hit to right. He developed a lot of power off a kind of a compact swing, but he hits the 2-timer. And the Dogs with a runner aboard here in the 10th inning. Ushta now up on Regina 4-2 in the bottom of the 4th. Ushta trying to stave off elimination. Swift Current at Weyburn tonight. Swift Current leads 9-4 in the bottom of the 9th inning. Final score, Medicine Hat, the Mavericks defeat the Lethbridge Bulls 7-1. That series is tied up at a win apiece. The tiebreaker will be tomorrow night. Jackson Volk is the batter. Let's see the manager, Mitch Schmidt.
I would not be a bit surprised here if they decide to bunt. I got him in scoring position right now, but if you get him to third, even with one out, a fly ball will give you the go-ahead run.
Volk tonight is fly to right, bounced out twice. Reached base on a strikeout wild pitch. He got as far as third. And that's as far as he got. Go ahead run in scoring position. Fastball down and away, ball 2. Nobody up in the Prospects bullpen.
Great breaking ball.
.352 hitter in the regular season. Volk drops down the bunt. Fielded by Boyd at the mound. The throw on to first base is going to pull the first baseman Barrett off the bag. Hunter couldn't really feel this ball with both feet set properly. He had no choice in the matter. See, he was falling away as he made the toss. Let's get another look at that one.
That looked awfully close to me. It looked to me like he might have had it. But the first base coach was hollering safe, safe. And sometimes they get the call. Sometimes they'll get that call by doing that. I didn't see his foot off the base. It looked to me like he might have been there. Very, very close. Either way, that is the call. Men on first and third, nobody out.
I got a feeling somebody's going to need to see the Taylor. Big rip in the right leg of Barrett's jersey. Now they're going to have a conference with the umpires.
This is interesting. I don't know what the conference would be.
Unless you want to come up here and have a look at the replay screen. Well, the runner will remain over at first base.
Now, here's an interesting situation. Are you going to play the play at home. I think you almost have to. Yeah, the infielders are in.
You will absolutely try to cut the run off at the plate, but it'll end up being a run-down play. There's no force on. First and third base here in the 10th inning. Hunter Boyd delivers, and that ball is banged back up the middle. And the Okotoks Dawgs are going to take a one-run lead. Now the ball gets by the center fielder, Travis Hunt. So it'll be a hit and an error to move the runner to third.
It's like things are starting to fall apart now for the prospects, and they have a reliever warming up in the bullpen.
Run scoring single for Gavin Logan. Vault will move to third on the fielding error. And the Dogs, for the first time tonight, take a lead. It's 3-2. William Hollis, the DH, is the batter. Pitch inside, 1 ball and no strikes. Our umpiring crew tonight. Brandon Strachey calling the balls and strikes. Matt Beaudry, first base. Darren DeKinder at second. Jim Crawford is the umpire working at third. Bottom fell right out of that pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-1.
Hunter Boyd can come through and get a strikeout here, and then they can play a double play depth.
There's a ground ball, hit the first. The throw is to Ramirez. Here's the return throw. It's not in time, and a run will come in to score. Jackson Vault crosses the plate.
This is a hard play from Ramirez. The ball was thrown back of the second base, so he's moving backwards as he threw. Couldn't get anything on it.
So William Hollis is aboard. A fielder's choice run batted in. 2 runs have come in to score. The Dogs with a 4-2 lead. Dane Tofflin, the first baseman, the batter. Prospects with a right-handed pitcher up and throwing in the bullpen.
Pitcher warming up is Scott Gillespie, number 18.
And Boyd comes to the plate. Ball's popped up, short center field. Travis Hunt on the run in. He's camped into this. 2 away.
Pitch running for Okotoks, number 11, Tanner Simpson. Now batting for Okotoks, the shortstop, number 8, Ricardo Sanchez.
Carlos Sanchez is the batter. On an 0 for 4 night. There you have a look at Travis Hunt, who has put on a clinic at times this season. Catching balls, throwing runners out. 2 outfielder assists in 1 game. 5 outfielder assists in the games that I've seen this year. And the pitch is up high, 1 ball and no strikes.
And we don't know about the ones on away games. He's had a very good season.
There's a looping fly ball hit up the middle. Travis Hunt on a hard run in. And makes the catch.
Real nice catch by Travis Hunt. Good break on the ball.
In the top of the 10th, the Dogs had.
He just put his glove right down on the ground. That's what he did. Nicely done by Travis Hunt out of Moreno Valley, California. 2 runs come in to score for the Okotoks Dawgs. They do it on a collection of 3 hits. 1 man left on base. It's up to the batters now as we head to the last of 9. Playoff baseball on ICU video. And we move to the bottom half of the 9th inning, the bottom end of the order. And Katsu Takahashi Try to do something that no prospect has been able to do tonight. That's get on base of Dustin Shorey. He's on line to pick up a victory tonight. No say this would be a win if he's able to do it. 4-2 score.
The way he's pitching, pretty tough to touch him.
Katsu, a switch hitter, batting left-handed. Takes down and away, 1 ball and no strikes. Starter tonight was Justin Hamgren, and he went a 5 2/3 inning stint and a no decision. 2 runs, 1 earned, 6 hits, 9 strikeouts, 2 base on balls. Elon Manhart came in, faced 1 batter, struck him out. And it's Dustin Shorey the rest of the way. 2 balls and no strikes on Takahashi. And that pitch is in and over for a called strike.
It's a little difficult pitching to Katsu. He's short, gets into a fair coil, and a small strike zone.
And the 2-1 delivery, high and outside, ball 3. Dawgs with the right-hander up and throwing in the bullpen. And a called strike to Takahashi brings the count full. Infield is fully back, fanned apart. The outfield is in a little bit to the left. And there's strike 3 called.
Let's see that on the replay. It could be.
I don't think so.
I don't either. He is short. I don't think he's that short.
And Blahoyek will be the batter up with 1 gone. That was the 5th strikeout here for Dustin Shorey. Blahoyek was his first strikeout in the 7th.
Blahoyek, who's not had a good night at the plate, he popped up on a bunt to the pitcher and struck out 3 times.
There he shows the bunt, draws the bat back, and he takes a sharp slider for a strike. 0-1. That was a wicked breaking ball. Shorey ready to go. Here's the pitch. It's in there at the knee, 0-2.
Another breaking ball. I expect to see some heat on this one.
Ten in a row set down by this big right-hander from Chandler, Arizona. And I guess we put the jinx on him. That ends that as a hit batter. And Pierce Blahoyek finally gets to first base. Then we'll see this guy from the stretch instead of the windup. And Javier Ramirez is the batter.
Okotoks playing a double play depth. Blahoyek with 1 foot on the carpet.
Ball sinks inside, a ball and no strikes. to Ramirez, drew a base on ball in the 5th inning. Struck out looking in the 7th, struck out swinging in the 3rd. Got aboard on a 2-base error. They scored it back in the 1st inning. The infield of Tristan Peters at 3rd. Tofteland at first base. Sanchez the shortstop. Rahela at 2nd. Gavin Logan completes the battery. And there's another hit batsman. That will put the tying run aboard.
And this might be it for Shorey.
Well, if there was a guy you wanted to have in this spot, that's who it would be, Travis Hunt. That'll do it tonight. Here for Dustin Shorey as he gives way. With 1 out, men at first and second base here in the bottom half of the 10th inning. Hope springs eternal. It's playoff baseball on ICU video. New pitcher into the ball game is Brandon Desjardins. Calgary ball player is a senior out of Bellevue University. 13 relief appearances in the regular season, 14 innings of pitching. 10 hits, 3 runs, all earned. 3 base on balls, 14 strikeouts. 1-0 record, 2 saves, and a 0.94 earned run average. It just don't seem to get any easier.
No. You know, we've been told that Regina's supposed to have the best bullpen, but I don't know. This looks like a pretty good bullpen to me.
But all they need now is Eckersley, and they could close the thing out. I mean, they're stacked. They really are. Incomplete totals for Dustin Shorey, 3 in the 3rd innings. No-hit baseball. So far, no-run baseball, but that could change. Struck out 5, didn't walk anybody, and then right at the end, he just had a couple of inside fastballs, got away from him a bit. He hit 2 batters. Lahoyek's at 2nd. Javi Ramirez is the runner at first base. And Travis Hunt is the batter.
And all 3 of these, Lahoyek, Ramirez, and Hunt can all run.
Brandon Desjardins steps off the pitching rubber. He looks Lahoyek back.
Fans can be booing, but that's just good, smart baseball. Keep that man close to the bag.
Got a 347 batter. 7 home runs, leads the club at home runs. 40 runs batted in. And the pitch is a sinker ball inside, ball 1. So I can't think of anybody I'd rather have come to the plate in this instance.
Well, you're exactly right.
All 1 on Travis Hunt. And Desjardins kicks and delivers. It was a sinker, a hard swinger, a swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's a gravity ball right there. Hunt tonight has popped up, bounced out, struck out, drew a base on ball, and got picked off at first base. And a pickoff play at second base. Rahela, the man coming over to slap down the tag.
Real nice pickoff play, very quick. Lahoyek just got back with his speed.
And we're ready to go. Here's the pitch. It's fouled away. Fastball. Up the right side and in towards the seating area. 2,121 tonight for the playoff game.
And the fans have seen a very entertaining ball game. Two good starting pitchers.
Yep.
Some good, consistent hitting, some nice fielding plays.
And the 1-2 pitch is on the way. This is inside. Fastball's in and sliders away to the right-handed batter.
And with Hunt's power, they want to keep in on the hands a lot. If you're going away from him, you want that slider that breaks it just off the corner. Difficult pitch to hit at any time.
And the 2-2 pitch is on the way. There's an uncontested steal of third by Blahoyek. And right on his heels, it's Ramirez pulling into scoring position. Double steal. They didn't expect that.
They didn't, and of course, the catcher did not field it cleanly. He brought his head up just a little bit when he saw Blahoyek going. Couldn't field it cleanly.
So it's a 3-ball, 2-strike count to Travis Hunt. Tying run in scoring position. And he got under it and he pops it up into short center field. Tadeusz makes the catch. He won't challenge the play at the plate. And it's a 1-run ball game with 2 away.
Travis Hunt a little bit upset with himself, got under that ball a little bit.
Bo Gilbo will be the batter.
2 gone, base hit will score a run. Again, Ramirez has excellent speed.
Bo is 1 for 4 with a run batted in tonight. And he represents the 5th batter to the plate here in the inning. Ball 1 to Bo Gilbo. That one on his fists, and he just missed the pitch, fouled it back to the screen.
Bo has very good power and switch hitter. Oh, he got his first hit from the right side. I think he's a little bit better batter from the left side.
One run separates the two clubs, the 2 away, 4-3 score. The prospects have engineered a run here in this bottom half of the 10th inning. And that pitch down and away, ball 2. Brandon Desjardins, 4th pitcher on the night. Here for the Dogs. Ball 3. And that one missed by a country mile. Ball 3, strike 1, 2 away. There you see the tying run. Javier Ramirez. That's a strike in the outside corner, brings the count full, 3-2.
Fans not happy with that call. But he's been calling that pretty consistent all night. And I'm not sure that Bo just headed to first base to try to draw the call.
Desjardins ready to go. Here's the pitch, and that's high and away, ball 4. He just muscled up a little too much on that pitch.
Number 22, Jake Geary.
And Jake Geary will be the batter.
And Jake, who's had 2 hits tonight, it'll be a good time to have another one.
This guy's had a really good season, 1.92 earned run average out of the relief pen. "13 regular season appearances, 14 innings of pitching, 3 earned runs on 10 hits. Pitches down the middle, but misses at the knee. 1 ball and no strike on Jake Geary. He is just 1 sweet swing away from tying this ball game up.
He is. Usually at this time of the game and late innings like this, and behind by 1, they'll take a called strike before they'll swing. We'll see if that happens with Jake.
2 balls and no strikes from Desjardins. And here comes the 2-0 deliveries. Strike on the inside half, right about belt high. Ball game now at the just shy of 3½ hours, about 3 hours and 27 minutes. Ball 3.
Okotoks has a left-hander warming up in the bullpen. Desjardins loses Gary. We might see a pitching change.
That's ball 4. Loads the bases.
Now batting for Edmonton, the third baseman, number 4, Tyler Maskill.
Tyler Maskill will be the batter. The tying run 90 feet from crossing the plate. And Tyler Maskill is the hitter.
Tyler's had 1 hit tonight in the 4th inning.
So the runners aboard: Jake Geary at first base, Bo Gilbo is at second, Javier Ramirez third base.
I think the biggest thing they're telling this pitcher, just throw strikes. Throw strikes and then we'll see what happens.
Maskill tonight was called out on strikes in the 2nd inning. Got a base hit up the middle in the 4th. He popped up in the 6th, and he ground out in the 9th inning.
Pitch running for the prospects, number 14, Davis Pratt.
I'm going to have Davis Pratt come in and swing at that. He's been kind of benched a little bit with some injuries, but he's got enough in him to come in here and swing a bat. Davis Pratt.
Davis, good third baseman, young fellow, freshman at Cloud Community College in Kansas.
And Davis takes the strike. It's 0-1.
Now, base hit here could score 2.
And we go to a 0-2 count. That's a fastball that tied the batter up right in on the hands. Blahoek has scored on a fly ball up the middle. Ramirez advancing to third on back-to-back walks issued to the prospect batters here in the last of 10. 0-2.
Pratt keep working those pitches and trying to get that good pitch that he wants, get it hit into the outfield, potentially score the winning run.
Pratt, a .286 hitter in the regular season. Really found a home at third base. Done a nice job at third. There's a bouncing ball that's hit back up the middle. It's through the hole. And this ball game is going to be over. Here's the throw to home plate. It's there on one base, and it's in there. And the prospects come back and win this one. Davis Pratt with a pinch hit single. That is one of the hardest things in all of sports, to sit on the pine all night, come into a ball game and do what Davis Pratt just did. Wow, now that's going to make an interesting bus ride home tonight for the Dogs, and an even more interesting ride up the road for the prospects tomorrow. Davis Pratt with a pinch hit single knocks in a pair, and the prospects pull victory out of the jaws of defeat with a 5-4 win. And here you see it. That's the biggest hit of the season. Davis Pratt, that ball just sneaks under the glove of Sanchez.
It does.
Tadadas Chuck with the throw, and it's right on the money.
Good throw.
But he's there.
He slides underneath, and it gives Hunter Boyd another win.
Hunter Boyd picks up the victory. You are correct. He goes to 1-0 on the season. And tell you what, that's one way to win a ball game.
Been a fun game for everybody here.
And you see Mitch Schmidt. Now he's having a conference with the umpires. What about? I don't know. Doesn't much matter. This one's over. I think what we'll do is take a quick timeout, then we'll return to the field of play. We've got some more things coming up for you. And we shall return with ICU's presentation of Prospects Baseball.
And the Prospects are flying.
We are back here at Remax Field, and I'll tell you what, I'll give you the totals quickly. 5 runs, 6 hits, 1 error, and 6 left on. For the Prospects, 4 runs, 10 hits, 1 error, 10 left aboard. For the Okotoks Dawgs tonight, Davis Pratt. What a story that's going to be. Let's go down to the field of play and Andrew Peard.
Thanks, guys. Joined here by tonight's hero, Tyler Maskell. You come up with the bases loaded, 2 outs, and the season on the line. Take me through that at bat.
I saw previously in the at-bats that he was missing everywhere with the fastball, so I knew even though I had 2 strikes on me, a fastball was coming.
Tell me about just the grittiness, the compete, the never say die attitude of this ball club to win a ball game like this.
Well, we came into this place winning 7 straight, and we're not going out yet. When they went up 2, I knew we weren't going to stop fighting, and it shows at the end.
Finally, Game 3 tomorrow down in Okotoks. What do you guys have to do to find success once again?
I think we just need to find barrels like we have been previously in these games. We've both been hitting the ball very hard at people. I hope we come out with the outcome of finding the holes, and they don't.
Thanks for this, Tyler, and go enjoy the win with your teammates. Congratulations again.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Guys, back up to you.
All right, Tyler Maskell, I beg your pardon. The pinch hitter was announced into the ballgame as Davis Pratt. Now it wasn't. That was Tyler Maskell. And he gets the 2-run knock up the middle in the last half of the 10th inning. You just never know what the day will bring. I thought, sure, this one was probably going to be over.
Well, it sure looked like it coming in after the first half of the 10th. But again, an interesting thing, because Jordan Blundell stuck with Hunter Boyd in there, and Hunter did the job, got him out, and then people came to play. Again, Pierce Blahovia got on base. We got a couple of hit batters, and we ended up starting getting runs. And, of course, that big hit to get the winning run in and the tying run in.
So Hunter Boyd, a complete game victory tonight. 4 earned runs on 10 hits off a hitting lineup like that. That's some good pitching. It really is. As you see Maskell again with that bouncer up the middle. Sanchez to his left. Can't squeeze it. Pretty good throw, really good throw by Tadasicek, but just sliding in and under that with the winning run. And the Prospects away to the races with that victory here tonight, and that is one happy crew of campers. Now that means there will be a playoff game tomorrow night if the Prospects win it. We'll be back with more baseball next week if they don't win it. And I hate the thought of that, but it means we'd be back with baseball next year. So we'll just have to wait and see. Our crew tonight, John Belmont, a color commentary. Tyler Remchuk, no, I beg your pardon, that is Andrew Peard is our host broadcaster tonight. Dave Foley on the camera, switchers and replays by Alex Testowich. Kyle Matz is the graphic director. Rob Zitlow, the executive producer and the director of Edmonton Prospects Baseball. Hopefully we'll be back with more playoff baseball next week. They won this one today, and I am frankly astounded at that base hit by Tyler Maskell. He finally found a struggling Okotoks pitcher.
He did, and just made good contact, good compact swing. Got it under the glove of Sanchez, just on the third base side of second base. And, of course, the runners who can fly, they got around and made the score. And it was a tough and a good throw to home plate, but slid underneath it for the winning run.
Other scores tonight from playoff action. Regina at Moose Jaw. Moose Jaw is in the lead 4-2 in the bottom of 4. Swift Current at Weyburn. Swift Current leads 9-4 in the bottom of 9. Lethbridge and Medicine Hat. Medicine Hat wins the game 7-1. That series is all tied up at 1 apiece, as is this one. Playoff baseball tomorrow night at Siemens Stadium in Okotoks, and hopefully we'll be back with more playoff baseball next week. What a way to end this ball game tonight. A single up the middle by Tyler Maskell and 2 runs batted in, and the Prospects win it by a run. 5-4 final tally. Good night, everybody, from Remax Field.